Recording from 12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California at Undercity Comics. Keeping Up with the Nerds presents issue 235. My name is Bryan.
Nick. Rene.
Sean.
And welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I introed it the way that I wanted to because, one, I miss you guys. I haven't been here in a while, and you guys are changing everything.
I forgot that we didn't put it.
Here.
Yeah, it was so funny because the first time I had to, when it was just me and Rene.
Yeah.
I went, "What's the address again?" and then I didn't have it, and then I go, "I got this." And then I did it without the address, and I go,
Undercity Comics.
"Welcome to Undercity Comics."
At one point, there was an issue
"That's great."
where you guys went, Keeping Up with the Nerds presents issue something, recording at Undercity. My name is Nick and Rene, and I was just like, it's so backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's all good. It's all good.
I feel like it was more fluid.
I'm back.
Yeah.
It's more fluid. Okay.
I felt like mine was smoother.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't so many numbers in it. I feel like math confuses people.
Rolled off the tongue. Nice.
I feel like math confuses people.
I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys haven't heard my voice, I've been gone for 2 weeks. I miss you guys. I miss the crew here. I miss the show.
We didn't. We were hoping he was going to take off longer.
Yeah.
That I was gone forever.
He just showed up
dead.
today,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Ah."
You opened the door for me. So, oh no, actually, you were in the restroom.
Yeah,
First off, I was pooping, so there's that.
Yeah, I was taking care of business.
Yeah.
Wow.
Taking care
I can just go right now. Then
business.
Sean can take over the seat if you want.
All right, yeah, I'll take the
There you go.
producer seat.
You're gonna have to fight me for it.
I have a rubber bullet.
Do it. Go ahead.
Take that.
Please
Oh,
edit
my
that
God.
so good too.
Awesome.
Please edit it as soon as you throw it. It hits.
It's just explosion.
A little really crappy gun
Yeah.
explosion doesn't even take up his whole body.
No, just like beep.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to issue 235.
235.
Check out our website, keepingupwiththenerds.com. Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/keepingupwiththenerds. Check out our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and xmen.com.
You have been out
And
for a while.
check out our audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Podbean.
Forgot to
Nick,
look out for the windup.
thank you so much for doing YouTube podcasts. It's the playlist. You did the YouTube podcast. We're on YouTube Music now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So Noel,
Nice.
no excuse. It's on YouTube Music
Yeah,
now,
it's
so
on
you should be
YouTube
playing our show at prime time. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. Yeah,
it's on there.
I didn't realize that
Or Gina
that
put
would
it on.
that would. I didn't realize that me doing
works
that would
like
put it
that.
on there.
Oh no, because Noel was just like, if it was only on. Hang on, let me see if I can get the right Noel impersonation here.
Get the
It's just
inflection.
like
Right.
you have to do it right. It's
Put on the beanie.
Okay. Right, hang on.
You gotta put on the beanie.
Here we go. It's just like I gotta get in the zone and the vibe. Okay, it'd be like
You
know,
love
guy-
terrible movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Crow is good.
The new one.
Yeah.
The new one. The remake.
All right, here we go.
I feel like I wanna break your legs.
The Crow is good. All right.
I feel like I want to break your legs.
All right, it's just like, guys, why don't you guys just put the podcast on YouTube Music, guys? Like,
Sound
it's
like a
like it's
You do.
Sound
stop.
like a hipster.
It'd be just so much easier. And I mean, I've been trying to look for you guys' show on YouTube Music, and it's just it just hasn't been there. Gino, can you look it up real quick?
Wasn't it? Hey guys, remember it was a real. Remember that time that Bryan broke his legs? He couldn't even hold his baby. He was on the floor.
I feel like that Noel should have been a little bit louder, but I can't go any louder than that without.
I don't know how you would get to your apartment if you had broken legs. I feel like,
no.
climb.
Yeah.
like how would you do it?
Climb.
Like would Andy have to like dun, 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 dun.
No, pulley system.
Gotta
Pulley
get the baby
system.
down first.
I want to
And
see
then Brian.
I want to see Andy build an elaborate police system that like she has like this like anchor that swivels back and forth and she's just
Or
like a longshoreman.
catapult.
Catapult.
What's that called? The trebuchet?
Yeah.
Trebuchet.
We'll do that too. Yeah, exactly.
that.
We'll do
I'm
that.
down.
Yeah. You mentioned it. My wife had a baby. Yeah, there you go. You guys mentioned it last week as well. Quick little update from my end. Yes, wife had a baby. I'm a dad now, officially born.
This guy's
2525. This guy.
That guy's
a dad.
Brian.
I will say this for the friends and family that watch the show, know me, and have seen that I haven't posted anything on social media.
Yeah.
It's primarily because MJ was born straight to the NICU. She was born at 34 weeks, so 6 weeks early. Everything went well. Andy had a good C-section, recovered well. She's at home now. MJ's doing great at the NICU, but we just don't feel comfortable enough to share anything publicly on social media.
Is she getting like bigger at least?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
I'll tell you a story in a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, it's primarily that. I mean, I let my inner circle know, which
Yeah.
you guys are the inner circle because we work together, we hang out a lot. So it's like, yeah, I have to tell you guys because I trust you guys and everything. But don't be offended if you guys know me personally. I didn't say anything on social media. The pictures will be up soon. We just want to have her come out of NICU first and be healthy and everything. So
Absolutely.
Makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah.
No, she is growing rapidly.
Yeah.
She somehow gained 60 pounds in 12 hours.
Wow.
60 grams.
I was gonna say
60
I was-
grams. I was like, wait a minute. Wait,
60
wait.
grams. So
I was about to say, I was like,
60
that's-
pounds?
Yeah.
like,
she poofed.
like,
Yeah.
She's a mutant.
yeah.
She run into
Oh,
the
apparently she
Zelenskys
is.
and got.
She is.
I'll tell you. Yeah. No.
Oh.
Okay. So
I grew the baby.
no. So I think it was like on Sunday or Saturday. My wife Andy goes over to the NICU to visit her in the morning. We did a couple things because we were cleaning up. We did a full carpet clean of the apartment, and she goes back closer to like maybe 3 o'clock or something like that.
Is that when she red hulked?
That's
When she was in the NICU
Dude.
and she just,
I think so.
and then she just got really big and everything.
You know what, dude? I think because
Gained
in the
60
morning,
pounds.
they measure her and weigh her at 5 a.m. every morning.
Okay.
She had gained 100 grams from the day before till that day, right? At 5 a.m. Within a span of 12 hours, she had gained an extra 60 grams. And apparently it freaked out the nurses because they were just like, we haven't seen this in like ever, really, in this NICU. Like,
It's your kid.
Exactly. And apparently the doctors are also saying that she's warm, like she can maintain her body temperature. They
That's
just kept
good.
her in the incubator because like, you know, they need to make sure that the baby's temperature is regulated.
Yeah.
But she is warm to the touch a lot more often than other babies too, which is something that my mom would always say about me. She said that she would sleep next to me a lot because I was warm bodied a lot. So I think she's part mutant.
So Red Hulk.
Yeah.
She's a Red Hulk.
She's either has gamma radiation or the X gene.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
We can all live with it.
Exactly. So yeah, but she's doing well. She's
Good,
all good.
good.
Yeah.
For Halloween, are you guys gonna paint her red? Just
Oh, I got a different idea for a costume. for
Oh, yeah?
Halloween. Should I say it or no?
It's up to you. You can
Not
say it
yet?
off. You can say it
Not on the
off
show.
camera.
Oh, yeah, off camera.
You can say it
camera.
off camera. Don't say it
Okay.
on the show.
is it Baby Hitler?
And he's Deadpool. Maximum effort.
There's a lot of costume ideas.
There's a
Yeah.
Oh no.
Just put a little mustache on her and just be like, oh,
Baby girl Hitler in the alternate universe.
maximum effort. Think how funny. Think how cute she'd look.
As baby Hitler?
Yeah.
Do you know how much hate I would get afterwards?
Baby swastika?
Also, what would the explanation be to the kid 5 years down the line?
Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, my
I-
dad dressed me up as Hitler when I was like barely 1.
It
was a joke.
It was camouflage.
It was camouflage.
It was camouflage.
It was camouflage.
It was a
You don't-
different age.
Listen,
were
you
trying-
you don't know the environment when you were
We-
born into.
We were
right?
trying to
here.
blend in
Yeah.
in today's
Elon
America.
Musk
Yeah.
literally did
Elon
the
Musk-
Roman salute.
Yeah, Elon Musk came and he knocked on the door and he saw you in the suit and he was like, "Oh, yabo," and then he walked out. Yeah,
Just think of the Key and Peele skit.
Oh, the one where it's just like has all the Nazi memorabilia and everything.
No, the
it's,
one where it's
the Nazi guy goes to the house and it's Key and Peele and they have like
Oh,
blood powder on their face.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Where
And
it's
he's like, they
Phil.
can't resist a beat.
Yeah.
It's like a beat, not like a.
yeah. That's Phil
funny.
from Modern Family.
Yeah.
That's Phil from.
That's right.
I embody Phil from Modern Family at
Yeah.
times.
A lot. Yeah.
Shut
You
up.
do?
No. In general, I do too. I love Phil from Modern Family. I always
No,
send-
he says he embodies him though.
Yeah, I know. He takes
see it.
he takes them all in. Yeah, but
And then what? Christy's what's her name?
Claire.
Claire.
No, that's
Is she?
No, but the temper's there.
I.
She's listening to the show right now. I was like, Sean.
I've sent that.
You want to see temper?
I've sent that clip to Monica, and she yelled at me
For what?
because the one where
do?
the one where Claire is talking to the camera, and she's just like, it irritates me so much because Phil, just no matter how much stress, he's just so calm. It makes me look like the crazy person. And then he goes, you just have.
Medi doesn't like that about
Yeah.
me too. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, and then he goes like, "Oh, it's okay. You can just calm down." She's like, "I will stab you."
I think Andy and I have already just Agreed. We're Cam and Mitch.
Cam and Mitch.
Cam and Mitch.
Oh God.
What do you
Wait,
think?
which one's which though?
I think.
Which one are you?
I'm Mitch and Andy's Cam.
Okay.
What are you guys gonna get a white couch and not allow your daughter to get on? Why can Fluffles get on the couch and I can't? Well, because she's white. Well, you guys chose me.
Oh my God!
I
If
think
your
that-
daughter turns out like her,
Like
that would be
Lily?
so
I'd be
great.
okay with that.
I'd be okay with that
100% like okay with that.
I would get
So
along.
good.
They're so well then. Just like see being so blunt. Just both of us. Like,
I think the scene that Andy embodies a lot is when they accidentally lock Lily in the car when she's a baby.
Oh,
And
like
Mitch is
and-
trying to figure it out, and Cam goes like,
Oh my God! Sir, I'm gonna save you. Sir, I need you to calm
your wife down.
down.
That's my
my
husband.
That's a man. That's a man. I'm gonna break the window. Try it. Show you open.
The other scene that makes me laugh is when they take Lily to eat.
oh,
And,
for Vietnamese food.
Yeah, and it's like they just
I
start-
hate Vietnam.
Oh,
No.
Or when Lily says she's gay, and then he's like, "No, okay, you're not born like that." What am I saying?
It's just a phase.
Yeah, it's just a phase, Lily. Oh my God! Just everything was just so great. Oh man.
Also, if you haven't seen Modern Family, go watch
Oh
it.
my
It's
God,
hilarious.
yes.
Great. It's
Modern
great.
Family's
I've been
like one of
watching
the
Bob's Burgers all the
Really?
way from season
Really?
1.
The
My sister's been watching it.
Yeah.
for
She says she
for
likes it.
a great like arc I love is Miguel and the dad in Modern Family
Frank.
where with no, not with Phil, with the main
Frank.
Is it Frank?
Yeah, isn't Frank the name of the
His stepdad.
Yeah, his stepdad.
Yeah, that's Frank.
I love Miguel and Frank's relationship.
Wait, who?
The
Guy from Married with Children.
the guy from Married with Children, and then he has like he has like he has the little kid that's living with him.
Manny?
Yeah. Oh, Manny. That's who it was. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
Manny. I love their arc.
You mean the Sofia Vergara's husband
Yes.
Yeah.
and Manny?
Yes.
Jay.
Jay, not Frank. Yeah.
Jay.
I like Jay and Manny's relationship throughout the show, especially when you start getting to later seasons, like the final season.
Yeah.
And then you have this thing of Jay loves Manny. And
Yeah.
he will do anything for Manny.
Well, you've seen that it like halfway through the show. It's just he doesn't embody it fully.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of interruptions as well, especially when he gets the dog.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of interrupts it a little bit. But then at the end, you kind of see like that full.
And I love his farewell to Manny, where he's leaving to college, and then he's even telling him like when I was first started dating, I was saying no kids, and then I met your mom and you came along with her, and I regret nothing. Like you are my son, and like it's just like, and then he calls him dad instead of Jay for the first time, and it's like
Yeah.
ah.
That show ended well. I just didn't like Haley's ending.
What was Haley's ending?
She
again?
ended up going back to Dylan.
Oh, she ended
because
up
she
getting pregnant with Dylan.
Yeah, when it should have been what's his name, the guy from Workaholics,
Andy.
Andy.
Yeah,
I like that relationship better.
Yeah,
That was a better
Yeah.
relationship. Yeah.
it happens.
I think he was probably the actor was too busy to finish the arc.
Yeah,
because he
'cause-
started getting into like Pitch Perfect.
Yeah. So I think that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
I kind of want to rewatch Modern Family a little bit.
I
I
recently
watched-
did. It's good.
When it comes to holidays, like at Halloween, I'll watch all their Halloween episodes, and then on Christmas, I'll watch all the Christmas episodes and stuff.
It's a good show.
It's a good show. It's a really good show.
I've been.
I love when Phil is talking to his daughter.
Yeah.
And like he's like, "Oh, can you believe that Luke brought a girl in here last night?" And he's like, "Dad, it's not like it's the first time that we've snuck someone in." And then he goes,
Yeah.
and you just see her and go. She just slowly
Yeah.
starts walking, and she just runs away.
No, the part that gets me is when Luke is older, so he's like actually dating people.
I
and
love
he
that Luke just gets women.
does, but
when
he starts dating that young or that older woman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then he's
Sofia Vergara's character, when she walks in, like they go over to their house, don't they? And then like she sees Luke kissing her.
Yes.
She goes, and she goes, Luke, no, she has a boyfriend. And he's like, oh no. And then sees the mom right behind her and stuff. Like,
oh god.
But it's the scene where I don't know if it's the same woman.
Yeah.
Welcome
but
to the
it's,
Modern Family retrospective.
yes.
it's I don't know if it's the same woman, but it's the one where they come downstairs. I forget what the situation was, but Claire's talking to Luke, and the mom's daughter is like is sick or something like that. So Luke is referring to him. It's like, yeah, you know, one day they're in bed all sick, and the next day, you know, our little girl is like, you know, off spreading her wings. And Claire goes like, that's not your daughter. I don't know why you're referring to him. It's like, yeah, but we feel so close and connected. It's like they like
Yeah.
you know, it's I don't know. Luke's an interesting character.
I always loved when for some reason the remote thing is like a reoccurring joke in Modern Family in Phil's house where nobody can figure out how to use the remote.
Yeah.
Oh, and the steps, just like the steps.
Yeah, like all the steps, and then he makes a bet with Claire, and he goes, "I can teach our dumbest kid how to do this in an hour." And then she's like, "All right, deal." And he goes, "Oh man, no." He's like, "Haley, your mom thinks you can't do this. Do it." And then she's able to figure it all out. And he goes, "Babe, if she can figure it out, so can you." And then Haley's like, "Wait, what does that mean?" We all know what that means.
One episode that I did also enjoy was when Cam and Phil spend the day together. And then Cam starts finding Phil attractive.
Oh, it's when he moves the refrigerator.
Yeah, he's all, is Phil sexy?
I actually really like with when Cam and Mitchell have a friend.
Oh,
Who like they promise to go to the gym with him,
Oh,
and then he bumps into Phil,
Yeah.
and then Phil invites him over
Yeah.
to watch the game, and then like he was like,
Wait,
"Oh yeah,
isn't that Matthew Broderick?
it's Matthew Broderick."
Yeah, it's Matthew Broderick.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
Matthew
like,
Broderick, and then he was like, "Oh, trust me, the other group are gonna cancel right now, and it's gonna be you two all by yourself." And then like Matthew Broderick is walking in, and he's like, "Are you married?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, the wife knows I need this every so often." So she leaves.
I love the Phil and Mitch chemistry because they're always going to conventions or watching
yeah.
like nerdy movies. That always gets me.
I like the three: the Sofia Vergara, Mitch, and what was it? Phil and Cam relationship, where the three of them, where the three of them are just playing puppet masters.
Oh yeah.
And they're all like, "Oh yeah, Paris is their idea."
Oh yeah, I forgot.
What's Sofia Vergara's character's name? Oh my god. Hang on. It's she was like, Jay. What's her name?
I forget.
If someone was in front of a computer, they could look it up.
What's the name? I didn't catch.
Modern
the name.
Family, Sofia
Modern-
Vergara's
Oh,
character.
Sofia Vergara's character, Gloria.
Gloria.
Yeah.
Wow, man. How are we not remembering these
I know
names?
we know
Didn't
the
even have
show
to look
back
that
to
one
back.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
the
we
house.
get it.
The house episode
Yeah,
where
which one?
Phil is teaching Luke for the first time how to sell real estate,
Uh-huh.
and he's trying to sell this really funky
yeah.
house.
And he has this labyrinth plan of how to get to finally selling the house.
Yeah.
That's why I love Phil. He just has these great moments, these great character moments of like when he finally wanted to prank his wife on Halloween and how he got to do it by getting the house and then acting like there's an old lady that lives there and stuff like that. Hiring an old lady to sit there while they walk by every single time. I'm like, this is why I love Phil.
He's in it for the long game.
Yeah.
Love this.
I always love when Gloria like falls and he's like, "Oh no, Gloria, I got you. It's okay."
Let's move on. This is
No, we're good.
Real quick, I know we talked about it a couple weeks ago. You started watching Buffy,
Yeah.
Sean.
Oh man, Buffy's been awesome.
How you liking it?
Honestly, the first season is super rough.
It's rough,
I'm
right?
not gonna lie. Like, but that's what we find very charming and appealing
Yes.
about the first season of Buffy. And the Master, he's super weak, and he's like the sniveling villain that's like being consoled by a child, the anointed one.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh god, yeah, you guys are right. And as I'm watching stuff, it's slowly coming back, and I'm like, oh, the show is so good.
It's crazy to think that the Master was an adversary that was like big.
This is
too.
the big like this is
compared when you watch like up to season 6 and you're just like, oh yeah, the Master's just like this
Like-
compared to other villains they've had
Yeah.
in the past.
has Spike has Spike already come back?
Spike's out already.
Yeah.
I forgot about his girlfriend. When I saw her, I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
this
yeah.
this is a character. That's right. But
She's a great recurring character.
Xander,
Yes.
very sad story for the actor. Like after the show,
Oh yeah, he got like hardcore into drugs. And I think he has
man, just-
schizophrenia. Too.
Is-
I didn't see that, but it was an AA a lot, and he's constantly like going to jail. He had a rough he had a traumatic experience, and I was like wondering like whatever happened to Xander, like because we think
Didn't
he's
see him.
attractive, like we don't see him in anything, and then we just Googled it, and it was just this never-ending list.
You know what? I have noticed though. He spent the longest with Joss.
Because that was his self-insert character. Joss Whedon wrote Xander to have all the best one-liners.
Yeah.
Because that is Joss Whedon's.
That's supposed to be Joss Whedon in the show.
self-insert. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
So
like,
he
oh,
spent-
that's
he spent-
so obvious.
So
Like,
I can
it.
totally see, the abuse from Joss maybe.
Mm-mm.
No.
He was sexually molested from, I believe it was a music coach or an acting coach when he was younger, and the reason he would drink so much,
To forget?
he said, was to feel normal, because that was the only thought that would constantly be running through his head. So that's why he would just get heavily into drinking. Like alcohol was his main
That's
thing, and then
wild.
like faking doctor prescriptions for
It's
opioids.
it's crazy to kind of hear how normal that really was, unlike actors being
yeah.
assaulted and everything like that.
Unfortunately,
In the early
it's-
2000s?
In the
it's
early-
not
in the-
addressed enough.
all throughout,
like 90s and 2000s.
Like
No,
since
because
forever, like
ever
even
since-
Shirley Temple.
Shirley
She was a
Temple,
child
yeah.
actress.
But it's interesting to kind of see like that, like the trends of Hollywood
in the
throughout the
ni-
decades.
in the 90s, it looks like it was very popular to have like people who shouldn't have been around kids.
Yeah, and I mean you can kind of tell that with like SNL, how they always joke about like the use of cocaine and drugs backstage in the 70s and 80s. In the 90s, it was just a bunch of like
Very
sexual harassment and just abuse and stuff like that.
there's a
Early
lot of
2000s, you had what's his name, Dan Schneider.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was a whole thing with like children and stuff as well.
Yeah. So that is pretty crazy, but I love, because I don't think you've gotten to like the best of Willow yet.
Okay, Willow just had the Halloween episode where she's a ghost,
Oh, okay.
and she's just now. I always thought Willow was super attractive. I love the actress.
Allison
Super
Hannigan?
attractive. Yes,
Allison
super
Hannigan.
attracted to her in How I Met Your Mother. She's my
Oh.
girlfriend in Buffy.
Yeah. She
Because I'm seeing it again. I'm like, I remember having feelings for you as a kid.
as a well, for Allison, because Allison Hannigan kind of is like the biggest star that kind of came out of there.
Yeah.
Because Sarah Michelle Gellar, she was big, but she
Was
kinda,
this pre-American Pie or post-American
This
Pie?
is during
There-
American
yeah, it's
Pie.
during
During?
American
She did.
Pie.
She was doing. It was pre-American Pie going into, and then right in the middle of I think like season 5 or 6.
Yeah.
She did American Pie, and then she started going into more and more movies.
Yeah.
That's why there's a lot more episodes without Willow, where
Yeah.
she's. What was it? Where she's at a coven and
Yeah.
she's like learning magic, and then she only has like 2 or 3 scenes.
Yeah, during that time, she was doing like a lot of movies, but not starring. But
Yeah,
she would
she
be in
featured.
it. She would be like the girl's friend,
Yeah.
like the
Yes.
main girl's friend in the plot. She was in one movie called Dead Man Walking, which was a
Oh,
college
yeah.
film. Yeah, that was a college film, and she had like a short part in it. Her hair got burned off. It was a joke in the film and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
American Pie started in '99. Buffy came out in '96. So
Yeah.
she got her start in Buffy 3 years
Before
prior
anything.
to anything. Yeah.
Have you, dude? She still looks good.
Oh, yeah.
For like, did
Oh,
you see her
Allison-
transformation after Dancing with the Stars?
No.
She met her husband on Buffy.
Is it on? Oh yeah, you're right. It was on Buffy. Yeah.
He's the other. He's the other. What's it called? What's Giles called? The
Watcher.
He's the other Watcher that comes when Giles gets fired.
Oh, I don't remember who that was.
You can look up who he is, but yeah, he's the second Watcher that comes when they feel that Giles isn't doing a good job. I think in like season 4.
Spoilers. Like, for sure.
Is Buffy an hour-long show?
It's
like 40,
It's like
40.
it's like 37, I think.
I've been wanting to watch some like retro TV and stuff. Like that's
Definitely
retro. Jesus.
watch
But
it. The-
Buffy
not-
and Angel are perfect.
Yeah, but it's like if I were to get back into like 2000s television, like 90s and 2000s
Just watch
television.
Prison Break.
Prison Break.
24,
yeah.
but I'd much rather go with 24.
Dude, Oz.
Oz is a good one.
Watch Oz.
Oz is really, really good.
I
and
feel like
you get to
people
spend
don't
time
talk
with,
about Oz enough.
You also get to spend time with J.K. Simmons, like,
Yeah.
consistently. And he's like he's a hardcore, like, racist in that show.
He's a menace.
I really
Yeah.
want to
I forgot
visit
about
like
Oz.
old NBC shows. It wasn't super old, but remember Grimm?
Grimm was
Yeah.
good.
Or
Grimm was
you can also
interesting.
do Reaper. Honestly, I think
Reaper.
Reaper.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
Why
Why
male
don't you watch
version
like
of Buffy.
early 2000s like HBO or like Showtime shows?
You can do The
What did I
Wire.
used to?
You can do The Wire.
Yeah, you just do
The
The
Wire.
Wire. You can do
Sopranos.
True Blood, Sopranos. There you
True
go.
Blood. But see now Apple TV's on Android. So I kind of
yeah.
want to get that.
Is it
so I
really?
can, yeah,
It is, yeah.
Thank God.
They
Oh,
made it
They
available
finally
on
grew a pair
Android.
and decided to be like, hey, we're not going to be exclusive.
I need to download an app.
Well, they noticed that their shows are getting bigger and bigger traction now.
Yeah, were they not gonna fold? They had to. Apple
Eventually.
They
Yeah,
saw the
exactly.
money. They saw
yeah,
the
exactly.
potential money.
I would put money into it. That was my only getting into
yeah,
it.
you were hiding it from a market that's like actively, I want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get an Apple product.
Yeah.
I don't want an Apple product, and I'm an American. Damn it! I don't want to go on my browser to go on Apple TV.
The only reason in which I
want an app.
I downloaded it on my Xbox. That's the only reason why I have Apple TV.
Yeah, but then why do I have to
Downloaded it.
watch it on my TV? What if I want to watch it on my phone?
Oh, I don't know.
Then give me the app.
Spank bank it. I don't know.
Just get Prime Video.
Yeah.
Just get
Yeah,
the-
see, I didn't know that was a thing until you guys mentioned it.
Yeah.
But I want to watch Severance. Because no one
wanna
told
watch
me
Severance.
I wanna
Severance.
watch
No
Severance.
one told me Severance was basically like an office workspace, but Westworld.
Yes.
Yes.
No one told me that, and I'm like, what the
No,
hell?
I had
Well,
to watch
also-
a trailer to
and
kind of understand
also-
what the significance of Severance
Also,
is.
I
Yeah.
feel that that's part of watching Severance, like finding that out. Because if you watch it without knowing that,
Yeah.
it's a mind.
I just didn't get it, and then I'm like, oh wait, this is cool.
I mean, I know the basic premise, but I don't know like the exact rules
Yes.
in the story and stuff. What's up?
This is the guy? This is the second watcher that you're talking
Oh,
about?
yeah.
Wesley.
That's
Wesley. Yeah, Wesley.
He's an
He's
angel.
hot.
Yeah, he because once
You're
he
talking
leaves,
about Allison Hannigan's husband
That's
or
Allison,
wife
that's Allison
or
Hannigan's
husband? Yes.
Husband.
Yeah, he
Oh,
plays.
he was
Wes-
the anchor. He was Sandy.
He plays-
something in How I Met Your Mother.
Yes,
Yes.
That's why he's in How I Met
that's
Your
why
Mother.
he's in How I Met Your Mother. That's right.
Because
I forgot.
that's why he's in How I Met Your Mother because he's
Yeah.
Allison Hannigan's
He's
husband.
such a hot dog. on
But
that show.
he-
He's such a wiener.
Because he shows up and then he starts helping Faith. He's Faith's
that's right,
watcher,
yeah.
and then after things happen,
Oh, Faith. Yeah.
Buffy's
Ah.
sister, right?
huh? No,
that
after like things happen with Faith and everything like that, he goes to LA, and then he joins Angel.
All right.
So you're
Where are
you're
you watching
like,
Buffy?
He's watching
Hulu.
Buffy.
He's watching Buffy.
Hulu.
Hulu. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm on season 6 of Bob's Burgers. We have 9 more seasons.
Oh yeah, only 9.
Only 9. No, I've gone through 6 in like 2 weeks
Which
But you
show?
can't watch Cobra Kai.
because that I have to pay attention to.
Burn.
Roasted.
It's okay when I'm cleaning and I'm doing nothing and I'm just I just need something in the background. I put House on.
House.
Oh, House. No, yeah, that's a good show to do that too. Yeah.
Like,
House is a good background show.
Yeah, House is a great background show because whenever you kind of like tune in, it's like there's some kind of like revelation, which also makes me want to watch more. What's it called? Not. Oh my God, Watson.
Oh yeah, I
The
want to
new-
watch that
the-
show
the-
too. Yeah.
the new Watson TV show on NBC.
I like that concept of Watson. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
like-
we're gonna take all that detective work and put it into patients that we need to help figure out what's wrong with.
Have you seen the
It's a
pitch
good
for that?
concept.
No, I haven't.
So it's after Holmes dies.
Yeah, it's after the fall.
Yeah, it's after the fall, and Watson goes and starts his own medical practice.
Even
and
though
then-
Holmes is a detective.
Well, that's the thing though, is that Sherlock Holmes was based after a doctor.
Okay.
So he was based on a doctor, and that's why House makes sense because House was based off of like the actual doctor that
Roasted MD.
roasted MD. Yeah. But so Watson then
Gun
gets
down.
like a
Let me
bunch.
serve you a prescription. Roasted.
So Watson gets a bunch of doctors that are
We have
in.
honey because that was roasted.
So the premise for the show is that Watson starts to practice, and he gets a bunch of people who are like masters in their fields, and then he then has them using Sherlock Holmes's methods to figuring out what diseases
Is
they
this
have.
set in present times or like?
It's set in present time.
Okay. Fine.
It's an interesting idea.
Fine. How many seasons?
So far, I just started.
started.
So I got 4 episodes.
Damn
So
you.
you got time. To
Damn
catch
you.
up.
No, you
4
don't do this
episodes.
to me.
Yeah, 4
Because
episodes.
no, that's how it started. Because you know what? You guys told me for a really long time, watch The Rookie.
Yeah.
Get into it until like season 4.
Did you finish Gurren Lagann?
No. Yeah.
It logged me out of the Crunchyroll app.
Convenient.
Right?
Very.
Also,
Yeah, 'cause
by
I
the
changed
way,
my password. That's why. No, I
You just
didn't.
hear the gear shifting in Brian's head.
It's like,
more-
what
one more
excuse
Like
do
Da
I
Vinci
have?
Code.
What excuse do I have right now?
No Crunchyroll. There you go.
Brian,
Yeah,
you also need to get
literal
a Baldur's
months.
Gate.
Huh?
You need to buy Baldur's Gate
Oh, it's
now because it's
cross-platform.
cross-platform now. And you
It's
did
multi-platform now.
Oh yeah, but I also have a 3070 on my PC, so it
Just get it
works.
on PC.
Yeah, there you go. And I can play Black Myth Wukong
Yes.
Yeah,
and
well,
Ghost of Tsushima.
Because we were
Those are
talking
important, yeah.
we were talking about it because he has it on his PC
What?
or
Baldur's Gate?
So Chrissy has it on the
Baldur's
PS3.
Gate.
I'm on PS5. You have to rebuy it.
I have to rebuy it.
Yeah,
That's
he has
fine.
to rebuy it. I have it, and then you can get it.
Why? So we can all be freaking nerds?
Yes, that way we can play Baldur's Gate together.
I mean, we can just kick Christy off and just live stream the 4 of us playing.
Yeah, have you seen the new expansion?
Not yet.
That expansion apparently is like 10 hours worth of content.
wait, I thought we.
Where do you think I have the time?
Wait, is this?
I know,
like,
it's
legit
baby-
I know I'm a
expansion
kid
for
now.
No. It's a mod somebody did.
Sorry, MJ. Dad's
And-
gotta go save.
And somebody,
He's gotta open the Baldur's
somebody
Gate.
actually like
Sorry,
made
MJ.
a side content.
Just go on it.
Interesting. I need it now that I have access
Priorities.
to the Nexus mod network for PC. There's so much more that I can actually
But
like grab.
no.
for
This is
Baldur's
just
Gate.
in the show. I mean, this is just it's in the game. All you have to do is just click it and it automatically registers. It's
Oh.
inside of their mod. It's in their mod.
So who wants to buy
library.
me Baldur's Gate then?
And it's
Ask the audience. You
yeah.
just had a
I
baby.
know, just start a
Have it be
GoFundMe.
the baby
Put it on the
shower.
register.
but yeah,
Yeah.
but so
Start a
the,
GoFundMe.
so the
Brian
interest-
doesn't have
but
time
it
anymore.
uses the
Spread your butthole. You want to make some money? There you go. You want
So-
it? How bad do you want it?
Not
Right?
bad.
Okay, so then show your feet.
so.
No, I never
on
wanted
cake.
Baldur's Gate.
All right,
Cake
show you
on
butt.
cake.
Show you butt.
Cake.
Launch
Let's launch Cake on Cake then.
How much have we started? How much have we recorded?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
We got
So-
to talk
so-
comic strips.
So anyway,
blow through
what was it? But yeah, so it uses the red witches.
I'm editing. It's fine.
But yeah, it uses the red witches,
Yeah.
and then then it goes into like
Calls
a
me at
whole
2
like.
in the morning.
You know what happened? It was because the timeline disappeared for no
Sean,
apparent
Sean, I don't
reason.
give a crap, Sean. You know what? If you mess up and you call me at 2 in the morning, I'm gonna be feeding the freaking baby.
So
I
you'll
won't
be
call
I
you.
don't got time to take care of the baby.
so
and
he'll
the
be
baby
awake.
2 over here.
I'm gonna
you're
call
awake.
Nick.
He'll be awake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is you're awake.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can jump on
Empty in one
Discord.
arm and was like,
Control V. Okay. Export that. All right, now just export and upload. You're good. Bye.
You gotta massage it, bro.
Just
Hey,
no,
wait, are you
he's-
gonna?
he's-
Now,
I'm carrying the baby like this. The baby's
so,
sleeping.
So I have a question. Are you gonna get like Meet the Fockers?
Or you get the boob.
Where you get the
Yeah,
boob?
I get the boobs.
oh no.
No, well, I
where
mean,
you-
you already
where
have
you-
the boobs, but like get the memory, the lactating boobs.
Yeah, the working
lactating
boobs.
boobs.
So that,
No,
so
no,
that
no,
way,
no.
that, I want to see you just wearing it and then just like
Some smolder while he's breastfeeding.
yeah, just
Someone should make that and call it the daddy milker.
the
You might be onto something here.
daddy's milker.
Oh god,
Patent
dude,
pending.
Andy.
This is just as good as the John Cena calendar.
That's right. Oh man.
Oh man. Fine, I'll get
People would
Baldur's
buy
Gate.
that too.
Get it. It's gonna be because we can just do it like little by little.
Okay, how about summer? How about during the summer sale?
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay, fine.
It'll
Summer
probably
sale.
it'll probably be like 10% off.
It'll be like
During
5.
summer sale.
Blowout summer sale, 10% off.
I can file share with you, so that way you can get it. You can play it on PlayStation 5 while I play it on.
Is it
PC.
cross-platform?
Yeah.
Yes.
We just this is how this conversation started.
Yes.
It's multi-platform. now.
That was
Well, then
the
why
way we
doesn't
started it.
PlayStation just open Discord up?
It does have Discord.
Yeah.
Can you?
The interface just really sucks.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
the thing.
it's
I mean,
not,
I
not
do it
a-
off of my phone anyways.
Yeah, but it's dumb. Like it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
That's what I did. I just put an earpiece in.
Yeah, that's I put
and
my
then
earbud
put my.
in.
But
my
now
headphone
he's
on.
fine.
I miss Marvel Rivals. I haven't played in like 3 weeks.
Oh.
Did you give up?
I'm just in limbo of gold 1. Silver 1, and after like 5
silver?
matches, I'm silver
I'm
1.
gold.
and
Wow,
I'm
what
just-
happened?
Dude,
You peaked?
I'm gold 3.
No, I didn't.
You peaked
peak.
season 0?
No, actually,
I'm gold.
Season didn't even start.
Season 0, I went support. Season 1, I'm going DPS, and I am disgusting with Iron Man.
DP.
Yeah.
That's the way Sean rolls.
And you know when I do play DPS,
Deep? You want to go deep?
when I go deep in their backline with my Iron Man, and I'm just unibeaming their cloak and dagger from behind, and then when that little Jeff is done, I do the really fast.
You need me to go back into it, huh?
No.
What a liar, dude.
I mean, we're not playing competitive though.
I stopped
know.
playing,
Well,
I
then
stopped playing
let's-
competitive.
Now you can though.
Is it?
Now you well.
No, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I've already
I
started work on
forgot.
Xbox.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait until it does the cross thing. Cross
They
streams.
are listening to the community because there was a lot of outrage about the whole season, mid-season reset, and they're gonna set everyone back like 5 or 6 levels. And they're like, "Oh, hey, no.
We're not
We
doing
hear
that
you
after all.
guys.
We're not gonna do
We're
it."
not gonna do that."
Speaking
We
of
got
Marvel,
you.
real quick.
Yeah.
When it got banned, Marvel Snap. I think I might have mentioned this before.
It's back now.
It is back. I just had a massive panic
back.
attack.
I
And
bet.
that's all thanks to you.
I bet.
Dude, I almost cried.
I was surprised that Rivals got hit that same night as TikTok.
It also got hit?
Same
Well,
night.
it's-
Same
it's
night when
made-
TikTok
it's
went
made-
down.
Wow,
it's made by,
dude.
but it's made by the same developer. That's why it's the same. It's the
Were
same
we
house.
all like that Warcraft kid that like
We-
stuck a remote
I
in his
feel
ass?
like we talked about this.
We did. We talked about the Snap, but
I
not
still
about
moved on
Rivals.
with
Like,
my life.
what did you say?
I still moved on.
I mean,
with
okay,
my
the
life.
three of us here. The three of us here. We all panicked.
No, Snap. Which one? Snap
play
didn't get.
Snap.
Snap got hit. Rivals didn't. Rivals is a different company.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I thought Rivals got hit.
NetEasy is Rivals.
Oh.
No, the
It's
same. I think
Still
it's
a Chinese company.
I
Though.
think it's the same programmers that did TikTok
the same-
also worked on Marvel
It's their
Snap.
parent,
Yeah.
their parent company.
It's
Yeah.
a parent. It's a parent company. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that way, so when TikTok went down, the server, because all the servers went down, it also cut the servers to Marvel Snap.
Which was
Dude, I almost blew my brains out.
crazy.
You're the only one there.
I was playing.
I was like, oh,
Dude, I'd spent so much of my. I think if I is there any way you can figure out how much time you spent on Marvel Snap?
yeah, it's in.
Does
it
it tell you how much money you
It's
spent?
in your.
Oh, I can calculate
it's
that
in
easy.
the, no, it's in the Game Hub.
Oh,
in the
Game
Game Hub, it'll tell you your.
You got to show me
Like, how
afterwards.
much?
Let's put bets. Let's see how many hours.
How I wonder
In
how
the
many.
last-
I wonder how many hours I have.
Oh, but
Oh,
you
God.
played like two.
No.
You played for
you
2
played
years.
for like years before you got us into it. Dude.
I wanna know how
I've
many
barely
hours.
hit
Yeah.
like 9 months. If I have more than 200 hours, I have a problem. There's got to be a rehab center for that.
Uninstall it.
Scroll.
I can't.
I can't,
Dude, I
I'll
have
do it right
anxiety
now.
if I were to uninstall it. I have to open
Wow,
that app
really?
up every day.
No, you don't.
I do.
Do you have the 50 coins that come in every day?
Yes.
Oh, that's why.
No, but it's also just like, oh, I forgot to pick up my 25 credits.
Yeah.
It's 25 damn credits. I don't need it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to, because I didn't for like that short time when I was like in Mexico and everything like that. I didn't really play, so I dropped my rank all the way to 30,
Oh.
and so I'm not in like the high like 70s anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been climbing. So I went from 30. I'm now I'm in like 55 right now.
Okay, it's not bad.
I'm trying to get back to 100.
You'll get there.
Which like real format do you get stuck on? YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or
Insta.
Instagram?
Insta.
Insta?
TikTok.
YouTube Shorts is mainly for food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got food
And then
shorts.
Actually, I'll be that guy and just say Red Note.
I thought you were gonna say
it's
Red
true.
Note. I thought you were gonna say
So-
Red Note.
I do a balance between
So on
the two.
Friday, on Valentine's Day, so I wasn't with Mandy, so I was a little lonely. So I went on the
Pornhub?
Yeah, I went on Pornhub. I was scrolling
Wait,
through.
what tags? What tags
No,
did you
no.
look
So,
up?
so as
What-
soon as I opened it, it said shorts.
They have shorts.
I was
No
like, no
way.
way.
What?
Clicked on it, and I'm scrolling like I am on Instagram, and it's nothing but porn.
Bro,
No
game
way.
changer.
Oh yeah,
game
man. I was almost scrolling for like 5 minutes, going like. I was like,
So you have short like
no,
it's
okay,
like
so
speed. It's a
no,
speed
no,
run
no,
now.
no. So the video links are at least to under 10 minutes.
Wait, hold
Oh.
on. Wait.
Yeah,
That's
no,
the size
yeah.
of a normal video.
Yeah, that's the size of a normal video, but you're going like this, and you're just watching it instantaneously and stuff. And I'm just like,
that is a
speed
good-
run.
they've broken something now. Like I was like, this is
Dude,
bad.
they targeted
this
a
is
different part of your
bad.
brain.
Yeah, this is bad.
They-
I'm like,
they
like,
did
oh,
it.
he's like,
I can't be
alright.
doing this with
But
porn.
he's
man.
like, he's like butt stuff,
but
horse. Horse? He's like-
but orgy. Oh, but
It awakens some things.
yeah, it's interesting.
Hey,
should
you
check
know
it
what?
out.
That's a we should
Yeah,
check
you
it
should. No, you'll be scrolling on it, and you're like, oh,
out. Not sponsored, and
Just
then
a-
over here going just like, oh
it's-
yeah, go
and
check
it's
it
the,
out.
and into your mind is, what's the next video? Like you're kind of like, oh, okay, let's see what the next
oh,
one
man.
is.
Which
The demographic under 18 don't listen to him.
the doom scroll of Pornhub.
Yeah,
That's wild.
super gooner.
Wait, hold on.
Like,
Do you have to have an account?
no,
No? That's wild.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Well, now we know what Nick's doing later tonight.
What
I told yeah.
Monica's on the phone like, babe, I gotta go.
I told
I
Mandy
still
that,
have-
and she's
I-
like, no way. I was like, yeah.
I still have. I think I have an account from COVID.
A free account?
Yeah, it's a
Oh my
free-
god, I don't know why I registered. But it was like the free. I remember it was a free
Yeah,
account.
yeah, where they were just like, everybody's home.
Yeah.
You're all home alone.
Right.
Start jerking it.
Yeah.
So if we were to check your emails, do you get the newsletter?
I don't know.
Unless that's
Top
What,
trending artists this month.
trending
or,
performers.
Performers of the
Performers,
week
yeah.
or whatever.
You know what? Honestly, if they don't, they should. If that's not a thing, they should.
All right,
Like, why not?
let's move on.
Comic strips, a portion of the show where we don't tangent for more than 10 to 15 minutes. Right now, we're gonna breeze through everything. We're gonna bullet.
Are you sure? Because
Yeah.
half of those were your segments.
Yeah, and that's fine.
You can do it.
Kendrick Lamar will be working on an untitled film project with the co-creator and producer of South Park,
Matt Stone.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Blah. No other details have been released other than the release date of July 4th, 2025, this year, something to look forward to. Paramount will be handling the theatrical and home distribution. I see dead people.
I think it's going to be another Team America-esque
I
film.
think it's going to be a musical.
Knows. Who knows? With Kendrick in the mix, it could be something super anti-government and profound, or just
maybe also like
banger.
with like hip hop tones. Like
I think
the musical with hip-hop
I think they're gonna
tones.
do. I think they're gonna do a parody.
only-
Kendrick's the new kid at school.
No,
and he's misunderstood.
No, I think they're gonna do a parody of Hamilton.
That'd be cool.
That'd be good.
Like,
That'd be
and,
funny.
but Trey Parker and Matt Stone like writing
Spin
it,
on
and
it,
then
yeah.
and then Kendrick Lamar doing all the
Can you
music.
produce that in a short amount of time?
I think so.
They're talented people
Kendrick-
in what they do,
yeah.
so I feel
Have
like
you
they
ever
might be
I
able
have faith
to.
in Kendrick Lamar. He's a very talented person and can come up with stuff on the spot.
You ever
It's
see-
not
you
the
ever seen
creation that gets me.
You
Yeah,
ever
the
seen
week in
Week
South
to,
Park.
the Week to Air?
I did a report on that. Yeah.
But so Kendrick Lamar is already known for you can release something and I can release something 20 minutes later.
Yeah. Well, okay. The thing is, he had all of that disc just like pre-record, like already done.
He just needed
And then
music.
he needed segments, and then
Yeah.
if he thought something else was gonna be brought up, boom, he was
But
like,
he even says
dish it
too,
out.
like that's all I do is write.
Yeah.
Like all I have is just that's all I do. I spend time with my family and I write.
Yeah.
So
So when
like,
you have a talented artist like Kendrick Lamar and two crackheads together,
I think they can definitely
They
put
can make
that
something.
It's
together.
gonna make something
Yeah.
interesting.
yeah.
you have
something
three family
profound.
men doing
Because
something.
I feel that if they have a like an outline of like this is what our idea is, and then okay cool, the song is supposed to be about this song is supposed to be about this, and this song is about this. Kendrick Lamar can look at it and go, okay cool, with the context of the script.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah,
You
blah,
think it's a? I know. I'm gonna say that they probably have been in the works for the past like maybe year and a half.
probably, and they just got announced.
They,
Yeah.
they were talking about this since 2018, I believe.
2022.
So,
I think
okay.
is what the article said.
2022.
Yeah.
There's two. I posted two articles.
So 2018 or 2022, either
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I can see this. I can see this project being almost done. They might have already almost been done, and
Yeah.
they were looking for a distributor
And well, it's always gonna be Paramount because Matt Stone and Trey Parker have been tied to Paramount
for years.
for 5 years. It was that multi-million-dollar contract.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So
what
it's
about-
always gonna be Paramount.
I need,
Yeah,
I need a new game. I need another game.
Speaking of which, Rocksteady Games will be returning back to basics as a report from Bloomberg says that their failure of Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League leads to a second chance for the studio. Possible return to Arkham and its single-player elements. Warner Brothers Games has reported a loss of about $200 million from this game. Warner Brothers Games CEO David Zalsberg
Zilberg or something like that. Yeah.
begins with the Z, states that he recognizes that the game's business is underperforming. Multiverses has been shelved for after season 5. Harry Potter Quidditch Championship unimpressed audience. Mortal Kombat 1 has a questionable financial report and story altercations. Hogwarts Legacy 2 is still in the works, so who knows? What the next-
Hogwarts Legacy did sell really well.
It did, but like
Legacy 2 is currently in the works. This
Yeah.
is the Quidditch one. This is
Oh,
Hogwarts
this one
Legacy.
has Quidditch in it.
well,
This is just a Hogwarts
Oh.
Quidditch game.
it was what was supposed to be in Legacy. They kind of made it its own separate game,
They
but it
could-
was half baked.
But Legacy was
Legacy was good.
peak.
But here's
Yeah,
my
it was-
problem
it was
with
good.
Warner
I thought
Brother
Legacy was
games
good.
is that it feels like they kind of like
Just
every
Warner
time they
Brother
got
in general, dude, they're not giving us Wile E. Coyote versus Acme. They screw us over repeatedly.
Well, bear in
Warner
mind-
Brothers sucks.
bear in mind you have to separate the Warner Brothers pictures with Warner Brother games. Like they're two separate entities. It's the same. It's under the same
Well,
umbrella, but two separate ones.
Yeah, Warner Discovery.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though. I feel that the gaming market in general thought I can put out garbage and people will buy it.
The reason I think Kill the Justice League failed was because it had very, very bad advertisement.
No.
In the sense, no, because if you advertise it as a
gameplay.
live,
Have you played it?
Gameplay.
no,
Gameplay
the gameplay sucks. I haven't played it, but what
DLC, the change, just the everything about the game, its game loop mechanics, it being a live service, everything about the game was bad. There was no redeeming quality of it, unfortunately.
The point I'm trying to get to is that before gameplay was released, before anything else, the one thing they said was this is going to be a live service game.
Yes.
That
And everyone was
immediately-
apprehensive.
Exactly. That was the immediate like negative response, and from that point on, it never really recovered. So I don't know why Warner Brothers thinks that, or Warner Brother Games, excuse me, thinks that when they like strike gold with a game, that they can continue to just F up everything else afterwards. So you did really well with the Arkham series. Then you did Arkham Knight, which was okay, you know.
Arkham Origins is okay.
Yeah, and then you started producing these things and thinking that because it has a certain element in it, it's going to work. Well, if Batman is in Justice League, Kill the Justice League, it's definitely going to be good. It wasn't. You have Hogwarts Legacy. Legacy was really good. It was canonical to the story of everything else, and it plays really well. Then you did Quidditch Championship. That didn't do so well. Mortal Kombat 1, they had to restart the whole timeline. Questionable. It doesn't seem like it's doing good. Doesn't seem like it's going to recover anytime soon.
The hype for it's kind of not there anymore.
For Mortal Kombat 1?
Yeah.
Well, because the story didn't work.
No.
The story,
Even for the DLC, like I don't see anyone hyped for. You know, Conan is in the game. You can play as Conan the Barbarian in the new Mortal Kombat, but yet no one's like even mentioning it.
the big thing is that it's not doing. There was nothing revolutionary about the game.
Yeah.
No.
It was the same. It was same thing.
Same
more
schlock.
more convoluted of a story now, with like Liu Kang being like an elder god, and then him resetting the entire universe.
For like the fourth time.
for like the fourth or fifth time, and you're just like, okay, so how is it every single game ends with, and then we restart the universe? Like, have some canonical connections, so that way we're looking forward to the next game.
Yeah.
And I do understand the resetting, because it does make this very heavy lore game a lot simpler and easier for a new person to pick it up, but you do alienate the people that have stuck with you for the last 8 games.
It's tough for fighting games to really get into the market, because I've kind of started to notice that the only reason a fighting game is going to be relevant or even have any good financial success is if it does well in the competitive market.
Yes.
And that transitions well into the casual market.
Yes.
Because I was watching a couple of Maximilian dudes' videos, and he was kind of talking about this concept where if a game does really well competitively but alienates the casual market, it's going to have a tough exit out, like Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah, Fighters did that, where it was very popular and competitive, but casual market, the
player base dropped hard.
player base did drop hard.
Yeah, and then you have Tekken, which Tekken is a very complicated game to play.
Yeah.
And somehow it still has a really good casual audience, but again, it's primarily because you have like casual streamers playing that game.
Same
and
thing with Street Fighter as well.
Street Fighter is and Street Fighter is very complicated, good competitive, but again, casual market's still there.
Thank God we got the Marvel vs. Capcom remaster.
Yeah.
What was it like?
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
A couple months, yeah. And that's the thing is that, but that's nostalgia. Like that's where that market hits. I think Mortal Kombat, the reason it's not doing so well is because it's still relying on the fact that it's like, oh, good, look, guys, we can pull arms apart, and there's a bunch of blood, and your mom doesn't want you to see this, but play it.
Apparently, from another report I was reading, the game that they're developing right now to go back to Arkham is to put it in the Beyond universe.
So it might be Batman Beyond.
It might be Batman
That
Beyond.
would
That's
that
what
makes
that's
sense.
what I've been.
That's perfect.
That's what I've been reading, because it's kind of back to form. and they would use Batman Beyond.
You can have a time jump, and you can address certain things, questions, plot holes that people might have in flashbacks, or like mention it in like game missions, depending.
So what you're saying is buy Batman Beyond comics so that we can resell them at a later date.
Well, that's the thing though, is that I feel
if you buy them from here, yes, but other than that, no.
but I feel because I feel like a Batman Beyond is so ripe with like content.
It's needed.
It's ripe with content, but also in gameplay wise, like because you can really evolve Batman's gadgets and
some cyberpunk aspects.
Yeah,
to
and you can leave it in like the cyberpunk, like this Neo Gotham. He can fly. With the car fly, his Batmobile flies.
The Batwing.
Yeah, you have
And
so
then
many
after that,
things.
we'll get Spider-Man 2029.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But and not only that, but also I think that they did have a Superman game in development at Rocksteady for years. Like there's been a Superman game, there's been a Wonder Woman game in development. I think there was even a Green Lantern game for a while because that's where the mechanics from Kill the Justice League came from. It was from those failed projects.
Hold up. What Sony games are on PC now? Ghost of Tsushima.
What Sony games?
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And
Spider-Man
Miles Morales.
Yes.
And The Last of Us.
Oh.
And also
Oh my god, the 3070 is opening up so many avenues.
also God of War.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The God of War.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
1 and 2. Ragnarok and God of War.
Yeah.
You can play those. Oh, and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Nah, I'm not really interested in that one.
It was pretty good. I like
I've heard good things. It just doesn't. It's too bright, too colorful for me.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I played it. I played the first one. I never finished it.
Speaking of colorful, Wizards of the Coast will be making changes. Orcs in the 2024 Monster Manual, which will release later this year. New rules will be set to allow players to play as full orcs, declassifying the race as monsters. Previous players were only allowed to play as half orcs.
Yes.
We will be redefining players' races as species. Problem stems from potential marketing the orcs hollow with similar species not receiving the same treatment in the upcoming rules, aka goblins, Dwergar as well.
Long story short.
Yeah.
Long story short, this basically means that they're trying to not be racist. And you know
No.
what? They should have made
Really?
the orcs. You know what? Nah.
No, that's
Put the orcs back as monsters.
That's
Wait,
not.
what?
No,
Orcs.
that's not where I got from that at all. That's not where I
No,
got from
the
that.
article.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what?
So the funny thing about that, no.
No,
In all
I was
seriousness,
about to
in
say.
all
I was
seriousness,
about to go. I was like, well, Brian made a leap.
in all seriousness,
It's
I was reading this,
racism, guys. It's racism.
in all seriousness,
not.
the Screen Rant article did kind of read out that way because their biggest concern, and I get that, I understand that, right? Because I didn't notice that different things is like not even D&D, but like Skyrim, for example, it's not species, it's races or not class. You
Yes.
play as Argonians, as
Choose your
Red
race.
Guards, and yeah, exactly. You're choosing a
Choose
race.
your
Yeah.
character.
But they're now changing the context to species.
Yeah.
And then I understand.
Because they're idiots.
And I also understand why maybe you couldn't play as the role of orcs because understanding the way
You
that
had
orcs,
half orc.
Yeah, you had a half orc because they were not individuals that probably had a culture or something
They
that
do.
could.
They do have a culture,
But were
yeah.
you able? That's the thing is I see
a
it
lot,
that way.
a lot of what a lot of people did for if they wanted to play like orcs.
If is it homebrew or
It's a lot of homebrew.
Okay, so then if
That's
it's
what
not
people did.
canonical and it's not done like by them at that point, anything we say it could be and has been done.
Yes, because like again,
But
what's
if it's not
stopping you
something
from
I'm
playing
having
in-
to pay money for, then I could give two butts if it's real or not.
But my question is, if people are homebrewing orc races in D&D campaigns,
Yeah.
then why do we need a monster guide to make it official?
exactly.
well,
So
because
it makes no sense.
It's because
well, no,
we gotta look good.
well, no, it's not only that,
So
but
racism.
also no. It's not. Because in the monster guide, it's telling you that orcs are a specific monster. Yada yada yada. My thing is that you can't.
You don't play D&D? For
The
the person who plays D&D.
Really?
No.
People think that.
I feel
Just
like
because he
you would
works at a
play.
comic book store?
Yeah,
That's
obviously. No, that's stereotyping, honey.
That's
Get it
definitely a
right.
stereotype. No, but the thing is that because they weren't classified as a like species, you couldn't really make a or like a race that you playable, you couldn't necessarily make there's an orc village.
I haven't met a
anything
single
else.
person that plays D&D that literally goes book for book of everything else. I've always you homebrew.
Everybody
You're the
homebrews.
master of homebrew.
Me?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because you talk about like when it comes to these conversations, you're always just like dream bigger than what the handbook is telling you.
Well, I mean,
You read all the books, like
but that's-
Warhammer 40,000.
40K.
40K?
40K.
I read the lore. I understand
And
the
you get
lore
into it,
for for D&D. I understand too.
What was the correction? 40K.
40K isn't
It just sounds
Dungeons
cooler.
and Dragons for sure.
No,
I mean,
Someone
never
came into the
understand.
store and it was just like, "Oh, you're looking for Warhammer 40,000, so it's 40K." You just go, "It's the same thing."
It's not really though.
no,
Slap 'em.
No, but the big thing for like D&D is that you have these. Now they're available inside like the app.
It's just
You can
official.
actually it's official. That's all it
Everyone's
is.
included now. Yeah.
That's all it is.
So they did DEI
Because
inside
I've never met a DM
D&D.
I've never met a DM that went like the book.
Sales are going down.
The U.S. is removing it. We put it in
Well,
fantasy stuff.
I mean,
I've
Gulf of
never-
America now, baby. So suck on those eggs.
Land of red, white, and blue.
Hell yeah.
No, but anyway, I've never met a DM, but there are those DMs that are out there that will go. If it's not in the book, it doesn't. That's not a real thing.
I've encountered,
racist.
I've encountered a DM like that or two.
No, it's a
So if
it's a
that's
rule.
my only
where-
exposure.
Orcs in my campaign.
I'm gonna build a wall.
Well,
It's
that's
funny
the-
because the D&D orcs are very portrayed as Hispanic people. Which I'm
Wow.
like, why are the
So you
Hispanic
deport the orcs?
No, like that's because they're
What
very,
the
they're
hell?
called-
bro. You look
they
at the
are.
pictures and it's like they have a nopal right here on their forehead. Like,
Wow.
can you try and make them
That's racist,
try and make
bro.
them look any more Hispanic?
And you guys support this crap?
I don't.
Oh my god,
I
dude.
hope-
They plays 40K.
If you saw last week's episode, you know I hate Wizards of the Coast.
I hope
No, instead of
it's
playing
fine.
instead of playing as colonizers, we play as war tyrants. That's what you want.
Geneva Convention, yeah, that's a checklist,
I
baby.
feel like
Okay.
we should do a skit of a DM that's a very right wing.
A lot
All
of
right,
them.
guys, we're gonna start the campaign. So the campaign's gonna start. We already have a dictator. He's already been elected. He's been chosen. He's the chosen one.
What's your character sheet? An orc? Disgusting. Get this crap out of here. Half orc and you're a mudblood.
Mixed.
Mixed with what? What kind of person? What kind of? Who's?
Well, because that's the hard part is that inside of like D&D, if you actually follow the rules, if a full orc walks into a town, they can't do anything.
Wow. So they
Because,
have
like,
no
people are-
rights?
Well, because people are afraid of them.
They have no
because
rights.
They're not. Yeah, basically. Like, well, they just can't. They can't do anything.
When you phrase,
It's a
you
mo-
can
it's-
you
it's a
can
monster
phrase it
walking
like
into
that.
town.
But if a bear walks into town, are you gonna approach it and talk to it and hug it and engage with
No,
it?
but it has
no,
the right.
obviously
But it has
not.
the right.
No, it
No, it
doesn't.
doesn't.
Just like I have the right to kill it if I
But-
fight
but-
the bear.
but that's-
sure.
but that's
you
the
can
thing, though,
apply
is
the
that-
Fight
right.
the damn bear if
Because-
I need to.
In
So-
Baldur's Gate, you can do that.
You can actually get
love.
laid by a bear.
exactly.
Yeah, you can have that
that's
bear
not
be
your
right,
balls
damn it.
deep in you.
You're not having sex
In the
with it.
land of
You're making
Baldur's
love.
Gate, that's the right, all right? That's
You know
your
what?
right.
I want you to be the main character, so that way you can have sex.
Yeah,
with
no,
the
no,
bear.
no.
In Baldur's
It's-
Gate? What if I
and-
choose
and
not to?
You're going to
Why not?
because
Do I
Nick and
have
I,
to?
yeah,
You
Nick
failed
and I
the game.
already know what happens.
No, I don't want to. What if I don't? What if I'm not attracted to that
want-
person?
Tough titty.
Yeah,
Why are you guys forcing my love life in a freaking fantasy game?
I just want to see.
Wait,
who you
they're
pick.
not. The game is.
Yeah.
No, what if I don't, dude? I don't
want-
want to. What if I don't?
I want to see who you
Tell 'em.
pick.
What?
I want to see who you pick.
Okay, then we'll see who I pick. It's definitely got to beat the bear.
I know who.
Gotta
I have a
pick-
feeling. I have
Oh,
a slight inkling.
dude,
Do you
it's
normally?
You don't know
play
me.
No, it's gonna be Carlac.
You don't know me?
It's gonna be Carlac. I already know it's gonna be Carlac.
Why do you say who it is?
Okay.
Just let it play
We're
out.
on the same page.
Just let it
there.
play out. You know why?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, whoever I pick, you'll be like, I knew it. It's like, no, you
he's
didn't.
gonna be
No, you didn't. You
gushing
just
over
want to
her.
be the main character
The
syndrome.
reason why is because you love muscle mommies, and
Yeah.
that's exactly
No,
who
that's
that
Rene.
You too.
Is. Look up
No,
Carlac. Look up Carlac and show it to him.
no. I already told you. Or if we're talking about wrestlers, Rhea Ripley is Renee's. Mine's Liv Morgan.
Okay, so it would probably be
Angelina
He
Shadow
likes-
Shadowheart.
He likes more
Shadowheart.
athletic.
Shadow.
No,
You like
he's
more
gonna end up
athletic.
going with Lae'zel.
Ah!
He's gonna end up going with Lae'zel.
Do you have a photo
for
of her?
sure.
Can you pull
Yeah, you
up?
know what? Because you like toxic girls.
Whoa, whoa! How dare you? Carlac is not toxic. She's a
but-
sweetheart.
I told you.
But like he likes the girls that look
She just looks cool. She looks like a badass. Okay.
I don't know.
It's fine. You'll get there. Anyways, moving forward.
You can also chop her head off.
Stop
You
it.
can. You can. Which
Okay,
is
moving
pretty-
on.
Pretty
Next.
tight. Pretty
Next
tight.
bit.
Yeah.
We're gonna do racist stuff on Baldur's Gate.
First look at Odyssey from Nolan's The Odyssey has been released.
First look at Odysseus.
Odysseus, sorry. First look at Odysseus from Nolan's Odyssey has been released. Matt Damon confirmed to be playing Odysseus.
Odysseus.
He looks good.
He does.
I like the plain, simple armor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not super embellished.
I'm gonna laugh because it's a back shot of him. I would love if he turns
It's
around.
going great.
It's all like,
They give him the
it's all bedazzled.
Yeah,
it's all bedazzled.
no, they do the Josh Whedon Justice League treatment where it's just vibrant and
Yeah, it's just
overly saturated and stuff.
It's like, oh yes, I am Odysseus.
I am Odysseus.
I would love it.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah.
So does Matt Damon need to be saved from somewhere again?
Probably.
Oh yeah, no. The entire trip is him trying to be saved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the entire. It's,
Yeah, never mind.
That's,
The whole-
He's trapped at sea.
The whole
that's his
in-flight
career.
trip.
That's his career. Matt Damon getting saved.
Maya.
On Mars,
Even-
now he's on an island.
Yeah, even Oppenheimer he's getting saved by he's getting saved from the Nazis.
Oh, that's right. All right, Maya Hawk.
Maya Hawk on the the Happy Sad Confused podcast has revealed that producers are now choosing to cast actors with high Instagram followers over anyone else.
Makes
Maya
sense.
Hawk speaks out on wanting to delete her Instagram to her agent, who later told her doing so could damage the potential.
Doing so could damage your career.
Doing so could damage the potential of getting more parts in the future. Joe Russo, The Inheritance, and the one from the Greatest Beer Run ever, retweets Culture Grave with one own experience in 2020. I was told we couldn't cast an actor from Game of Thrones in a movie because he didn't have millions of followers on Instagram. He had 900,000.
So
That's messed up.
it is.
It
In
is.
that interview.
You're picking investments at this point.
Yeah.
You know.
So it kind of makes sense because kind of pay attention to certain casting that you see in movies that are coming out now.
Wicked.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
No, but also
Ariana Grande sold that movie, man.
Oh, yeah,
That was
100%.
just her being in it. Just
No, Ariana
that's
Grande
it.
sold, and then Cynthia, I forget her name, performed.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Last Breath. You have Woody Harrelson, Simon Liu, and
Oh yeah.
forget the other actor that's in there that's well known. But yeah, no, it's you have casts that kind of don't make sense in certain movies, and I can see why.
Shang-Chi. You got from Shang-Chi, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Simu Liu,
Simon Liu.
Simon Liu.
and then I forget the other actor that's in there as well.
But
Ben Cole.
that's the hard part though, is that it's a new criteria with the social media. It's something that we have to use.
It is. It's just
Yeah, but then if that's the case, then you get like really miscasting
do.
movies that have potential to be good, but
Like
you cast
Madam Web.
Yes, but you cast a person with over 5 million followers, on Instagram. You know, then you just left with the movie like, well, they shouldn't have cast that person.
Well, that's also why a lot of Marvel. Was it like a lot of Marvel actors? They all have like a huge Instagram. Instagram, Facebook, whatever, social media following, and then that's why they get cast in other stuff because they have that. But then you also get incidences like Mark Ruffalo, who does an Instagram live and then he leaves it on.
for like 10 minutes
Yeah,
during a premiere.
And he shares them
holds out.
and he shows like the first like 15, 20 minutes of a movie.
Does he not have an Instagram anymore?
He does.
He does, but I don't think
does.
he handles it on certain occasions.
But my thing is that for Maya Hawke is a great actress, and I feel that if Instagram followers is what she's lacking in order to get a role, that's a shame.
I
Yeah,
hate,
no,
how, people, I
she
hate how
had-
people call her a nepo baby. People call Maya Hawke a nepo baby, and I'm like, that's not fair.
Because
She is because
she's Uma
E-
Thurman's kid
and Ethan Hawke's
Hawke.
Yeah.
daughter. Yeah, but she's a great actress.
She
She
is.
she does a good job. You know.
But
she's-
you have to understand that those actors and actresses that get into the industry because they have famous parents are going to have that automatically.
especially like looking at those two names.
Yeah, and then they have to prove themselves. They have to work backwards in a way, right?
Yeah.
Because what's his name as well?
There's a lot.
You pointed at me and you said, "What's his name?" I have no idea.
He was in Star Trek Lower Decks.
Oh, Jack Quaid.
Oh, Jack Quaid. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, also Lily
He-
Rose. Lily Rose is a huge
Lily Rose,
following.
but Lily
Yeah.
Rose is kind of like underground, where like she
How
kind
many,
of
how many followers does Lily Rose have right now?
Let's see.
well because Lily Rose only had like
yeah,
3
after Nosferatu,
credits to her name.
Who knows?
She was
Who
on
could've
the
blown
HBO
up?
show with The Weeknd.
She was.
So that's what.
That
blew
kind of
up,
get her
pushed her,
recognized,
yeah.
but not
Yeah.
as much.
Well, I think that pushed her into like more bigger budget movies now.
Well, look at Maya Hawke too, because Maya Hawke was doing smaller stuff before Stranger Things,
Can
and
you
then
lift your arm when you? Because last time I had to do a lot of editing.
oh, sorry, sorry, no, thank you caught it, thank
because
you
of
caught
you.
it. But no, bear in mind that Maya Hawke like had stuff before Stranger Things, and then after when she did Stranger Things afterwards, like she started getting into roles that kind of were much more different than what she was doing. And Jack Quaid, I want to see Companion.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Companion looks really
Or
good.
Novocaine.
Novocaine.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
well.
Novocaine looks good.
I have a Jack Quaid. I have a Jack Quaid too. Let's make him.
Finally. Have you seen the sequel to it?
No.
Oh,
is
yeah,
it-
they made a sequel.
There's a second part.
There's a second part to it. I gotta watch the
It's
second
both Jack Quaid's waking up in the bed and I forget what happens after.
It's
It's only
good.
5
I gotta
seconds, though.
watch it.
Yeah.
It's 5
And
second
last
films,
thing, Osgood Perkins, director of The Monkey, reveals that his version of the animatronic monkey could not be holding symbols due to Disney's copyright. Boo! In an interview with
Oh, that's
SF
funny.
What?
That's funny. That
Oh
it
yeah,
was
because the monkey
Boo.
from Toy Story.
Yeah,
3.
Watching
Yeah.
the monitors. Yeah. In an interview with SFX magazine, he states that Disney owns the right to the monkey with the symbols due to its usage in Toy Story 3. The limitations became an opportunity after realizing that the drums were a better instrument for the movie's concept. I was like, hey, that's awesome. The drums is better. The drums is like a marching drum. Yeah, what? The drum is like a marching drum, obviously. It's like drum roll please before something happens. That's better than cymbals. So thanks, Disney. I prefer it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's
I want to watch the
yeah.
monkey.
That's
Do you-
also
Do you know
totally
who
creative.
directed that movie? It was the guy. You guys remember Legally Blonde?
Yeah.
You know the tall, nerdy dude?
Yes.
No
That's him.
way.
He directed.
Yes.
He directed
This is the
Monkey.
same
No
guy
way,
that did
really?
Long
Yeah.
Legs.
Yeah.
Too.
Wait, he did Long Legs too?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And Long Legs is on Hulu now.
It is.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch that before the monkey.
Okay.
You're
You
gonna
guys want to
like
go
it.
watch the monkey?
First
I
of all,
really
I
want
wanna
to
watch
watch the
the
monkey.
I'm down to watch it, but also we all know you're not gonna watch it.
Oh,
Long
by
Legs?
Christie. You have
Long Legs.
You
Why?
have so much Bob's Burgers to finish.
Yeah, but I could put that on the background tomorrow and watch it. It's a scary movie. I can't really be invested in it. Otherwise, I get real bad anxiety.
Guys, I don't like long legs anymore.
I'm not gonna watch Long Legs.
Guys, long legs. It's terrifying.
Hey, tell me.
You know
tell
why
me
the
about-
monkey's so interesting though?
Yeah.
It's a stupid concept.
Well, no, it's like it's very much like Annabelle meets Final Destination.
Yes. No, but
not
it's,
dumb.
No, no.
That's
No,
okay,
but it sounds
Ex-
fun.
No, pitch it to me.
Okay. So we have this cursed object, okay? No, we're not going to tell you too much, but just know it's essentially Annabelle and you like those Final
No.
Destination movies.
You like
See,
this
no.
Well,
No.
we have the Keaton.
You have a five-
We
it's a
have the
5-second
Keaton
elevator
coming
pitch.
in.
Go.
Oh, okay. Animatronic monkey, cymbals,
Stupid.
drums. People die
Immediately.
It's super creepy, and we get that one handsome hung.
You want to know why
Oh, and
it's sold?
and the budget.
You want to know why this pitch worked?
And the budget is $500,000.
You forgot
It's only 500,000.
Stephen King.
Wow.
It's a
No,
Stephen,
that-
it's a
that-
Stephen King.
Stephen
King.
Stephen King. It's a
Stephen King
book.
short story.
Yeah.
Stephen?
I could do it for 500,000. That's my elevator pitch.
Okay.
Give me $500,000.
What's the production budget of the monkey?
That's a good question.
I'll say.
8 million.
Ooh, I'm gonna say 6.
4.
Actually, he did Long Legs. 25.
No, I'm gonna go 4 million.
They gave him more
They probably would
because
have
of
to.
Long Legs.
They would throw money at him.
Actually, before you find the production budget for the monkey, what was the production budget for the Long Legs?
Well, he does that.
Yeah, why he does that?
I also want to see Mickey 17.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently it's not doing so well.
Really? It's not
Oh,
out yet.
I wonder why.
What?
It's just
Okay,
just
I
a
got the
Steamboat.
budget.
It's a Steamboat Willie. What was it? Horror film.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as what was it? As the Winnie the Pooh one. That one.
Oh,
That
Wait,
one did
Honey?
17?
Is
No,
it?
that's the death. That's the guy. It's Robert Pattinson,
Oh, I'm
the
thinking
clone
of
that keeps dying.
Sorry, I think of the.
Right.
I'm thinking of the Steamboat Willie horror film.
No.
Place your bets for 2024's Long Legs
Legs?
budget.
I want to say 10 million.
11.
15.
Rene, you are the winner, my friend.
10 million.
Yep, 10 million.
10
Okay.
On the nose.
So
10
with
million.
knowing the budget for long
Included
legs.
marketing and distribution.
Okay,
too.
so less than that.
25.
So
It's still
with
budget.
long legs, I'm going to say that they upped it, and I'll say I hate the fact that she said 25 because it's 25, so I'll say 20. I'll say 20 million.
I'll do.
Also, I said 25 first. Now you took 25.
I'll do 15.
You didn't call it.
I know. Well, whatever. 25. It's 25.
Is it more? I think it's more.
The 2025 film The Monkey has a budget of 10 to 11 million.
Wow.
The movie is based on it. Now, and this is from AI Overview. This is essentially what the AI is giving me that most people have said on Google. This may not be the definitive answer, but just know
So,
this is the most common answer that the AI is generating people.
Even then, let's just say 10 to 15 million.
No, I would say 10 to 11 million. 'Cause
What's
then
this-
it would,
what's
then
the
it
runtime of The Monkey?
definitely would have put 15. Let's see the Monkey runtime.
But
You can't just jump an extra $3 million.
No, Insidious
out
did
of
that.
nowhere. No, but like he's saying between 11 and 15 when it says between 10 and 11 million.
Oh, I see what you
okay.
mean.
You can't just pull
Yeah.
an extra
All
$3
right.
million.
I was going to
out
say
of
because
nowhere.
Insidious was like that. Insidious was made under $1 million or something.
and then I think marketing went. I think marketing
for Insidious 2 was like it tripled or quadrupled the budget because studios were like, yeah, why not? What's his name? The
Just keep-
Insidious?
keep throwing
something
money at
long or
Oh, the guy that did Annabelle and all that.
yeah,
98 minutes. Runtime.
98?
98 minutes
10
for the Monkey.
Oh,
10
dude,
million?
glorious, great,
I think he just knows how to work on a low budget.
good
And-
for him.
but
And it's an hour and a half.
But I think that's how that director gets his work,
Yeah,
because he's like, I can do it for 10 million, and I'll make you 100.
or he does give me 15, and then he just works down.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I can see him going, I can do it for the same budget as Long Legs.
Yeah,
And Long Legs probably made somewhere near 100 million.
was Long Legs good?
Oh, it was
I haven't watched
amazing.
it. I want to watch it.
Okay.
Oh,
haven't.
Tim,
Yeah.
that movie was awesome.
What was the box office on Long Legs?
I'll look that up. I have not felt fear in watching a movie in a very, very long
That's
time.
the
but
general like.
when I
thing
saw a
hear
scene
about
in
that movie.
Long
awesome.
Legs, I will tell you now that gave me shivers, just from like the brief 3 seconds on
Is it
screen.
gory?
Not at all. Not at all. It's an accumulation of everything that's been happening in the movie and how this
Okay.
tension is built up. And there's this one scene where then you begin to question, like, I can look back and like, oh my God, they were there the entire time, but I just never noticed it. And the first time that it actually is on screen for you to pay attention to, it makes you think and you realize it's always been there.
So how many times did you come during that movie?
4.
That one time, that was the one time I came out of sheer
4
fear.
long ones.
Okay, my plums were engorged from
He gave
fear.
himself the long leg.
You ever seen that movie in Scream?
Which
Or
one?
not in Scream, in Scary Movie?
Yeah.
Scary Movie 2? That one.
That's in the refrigerator or whatever.
Yeah.
The refrigerator, but they also did it in Scary Movie 1 too.
All right, we got a couple more pieces of comic strips
Yeah.
before we get
No,
to the main
that's it.
topic. That's it.
Yeah.
No.
We are now. I skipped like 2 that were not too long. We're already at an hour and 12 minutes.
So can we
Mile
mention the
Hawk is
Blue
going-
Mountain State one at least?
No.
No.
I was going to. I was going to save that one for last.
Wow.
They don't want it. I wanted to
Fine,
save
then
it
we
for
can
last.
skip it. I love Blue Mountain State.
Well, I mean, I do too.
No,
But
we're
I feel like
going to.
What was the
our
Blue
listeners
Mountain?
don't really
What was the Blue Mountain?
watch
thing?
it.
What was it?
Deadline reports Blue Mountain State will be receiving a 4th season on Amazon Prime streaming services with Alan Richardson returning.
That's the only reason.
Give me a hell?
That.
Give me a yeah.
Give me a yeah.
But okay, so how do you do it? Is Thad the coach now?
Well, they said that in the rest of the notes. Now I feel unmotivated now. No, in the rest of the notes they said that they're going to bring back certain characters respecting the way that they left. Because I haven't seen the Thad one,
Oh, the fall of Thad.
the Rise of Thad.
The
I think.
Rise of Thad.
Yeah,
That one-
Thadland.
Yeah, that one is just him making a like him using up all his like money
Yeah.
to make a theme park on the campus, and then it just turns into a wasteland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says that this might be the best season of Blue Mountain State
Okay.
ever. So
That's fine.
I mean, I like the way season 3 ended
I think it's just Alan Richardson wanted to go back to that character.
because it's a good character.
No, but imagine
It's before
how
that.
big he is now,
Yeah,
and
bef-
it's still doing that high pitched voice.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
get out!
He's got to do that before he's Batman. Before he becomes Batman, we got to do this.
Oh my god, man! I mean, why? Okay, like my question to people like, that have never seen Blue Mountain State: if you watched things like American Pie or like Scary Movie and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but then you don't watch Blue Mountain State, it's like,
You're missing out. You're
Yeah.
doing yourself a
But
disservice.
to be fair, Blue Mountain State is a show I wouldn't recommend to everyone.
No,
no, of
I
course
would
not.
Yeah,
But
like,
like, if you
true.
tell me it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I watched I loved American Pie and
Yeah.
Scary Movies, I'd be like, then watch Blue Mountain
I'm
State.
not
If
gonna
you
lie,
watch
Blue-
Spike TV and never watched it, you might want to watch
But
it.
Blue Mountain State took me 2 watches.
Oh,
Like the pilot,
yeah,
the
yeah.
pilot, it took me 2 watches.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't. I watched the pilot the first
Well,
time,
they
and I was like,
kinda-
this
they
is
kinda,
stupid.
like,
This is really
throw-
dumb.
They kind of throw away the pilot, like in
Yeah.
the story of everything. Like they just kind of go off the rails.
I know, but I remember watching the pilot and going, "This is really dumb," and I
Yeah.
didn't continue.
Oh.
And then when you guys were talking about it, I was like, "I'm gonna give it another try." And then watching, and then going, "Okay, I still don't like the pilot, but let's give it the anime 3 episodes and let's see where I
Well,
land."
it's one of those shows where the pilot's not doesn't show the show as a strong.
It's like
suit.
Buffy.
like
It's
the
same thing as
story-
like and like
Fair,
The Buffy
fair.
pilot is terrible.
same thing with like Seinfeld.
No, I
the first
liked it.
episode of Seinfeld is not the greatest to
Yeah.
showcase the show.
If you were to go, the only thing you got from Buffy
Yeah.
was the pilot.
Oh god.
Would you go, this perfectly encapsulates the show?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No pilot
I mean-
can do that.
Okay, well, to be fair,
The Office did.
I feel like Blue Mountain State.
I skipped season 1 when
Really?
I watched.
Of The
when,
Office?
when I
It's rough.
rewatch it, it's so hard to watch.
It is.
It's like the whole season is like Scott for tots.
Fine.
Yeah,
That's how
Roseanne.
it feels. I'm like really kind of like ooh. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, it
What
hurts.
was it? Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec.
Oh
does.
yeah,
Parks
Parks
and
and
Rec
Rec has a hard first season.
Parks and Rec has a hard half first season.
Yeah,
I can
because-
watch the second half.
Because I don't, the guy that they kept going on as like the love interest before they replaced him with Adam Scott, I don't like that guy.
Well, also, it became a different show.
Yeah.
It definitely became a different, because even
Yeah.
that actor said they
His
swapped.
humor,
They took
yeah.
away a lot of like my stuff and they gave it to other people. And for a while there, I didn't know what I was doing.
He didn't fit. He was.
Yeah, I just
he,
didn't fit.
He was the straight guy, but he was annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Whenever anyone like Amy Poehler was trying to be weird and funny, and Ron Swanson was trying to be like, you know,
They just wrote him terribly. They
yeah,
didn't know what to
then-
write him.
It was
then
too
they-
normal.
They cut to him when like a joke happens, and they try to treat him as like the Jim, but it didn't work
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Blue Mountain State has its reasons to be watched. I feel like it's a clip show.
It is.
It's got,
clip
it's
show.
got
It's-
some great moments.
Yeah.
It has some
It's a clip
hilarious
show.
moments.
It's one of those things where you don't really watch the show, but you watch the clips online on TikTok.
Yeah.
Kind of like Friends. Like you could watch funny moments that happen in Friends, or even watch the bloopers for Friends without watching the whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up?
The Long Legs made 126.9 million worldwide.
That's good.
120.
That's pretty good for a
So
horror
I was pretty close.
Yeah.
I was pretty close. For 10, which out, but that's almost 100%. That's like 120% of what we put in.
He's great.
Yeah, he knows how to make a
Are you
movie.
sure it's 120 or 1,000
120%.
out of 10?
He did 10 million. He got 120.
Isn't 100? If you're getting 100% back, we're doing math. We're not going to do this. 100% of
last
10
time.
million is 10 million. So that would mean if you got 100%,
He got
he times 100.
100 times his.
Yes,
he
that's
got
what it is.
He got 120 times what he put into it.
Yes. Okay. Not 120%. He got 120 times.
I feel like we didn't need to clarify this, but okay.
I feel like everybody
This
knew what I
was
talking
their
about.
tisms
We
That
have
was
going back and forth.
keeping up with the
Your
nerds.
tism.
Darn it.
Sorry.
And it triggered me, and now I'm upset.
Triggered his tism.
Do you guys want to talk about Cobra Kai real quick, like a little bit?
Cobra
Just a little
Kai,
bit?
let's go.
How far are we in?
We got like 20
an hour
minutes. We
17.
do like 20 minutes.
We can extend it to maybe an hour and 45.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen
Okay.
any of it yet.
So,
watching Buffy,
real
so-
quick, do you guys care to see?
I
I
do.
do. I'm gonna go use the restroom for this.
Okay.
So that's
Now, well, hold on. We'll be as unspoilery as possible
yes,
because you guys don't want us to spoil.
which is fine. Yeah, you shouldn't
It's
be
a good-
spoiled on
Yeah,
this.
it's a,
really
so.
good.
I love the way that the final half of the season
Mm-hmm.
is written.
This is part 3 of the last season, right?
It's part,
Yes.
Yeah.
part 3 of the final season.
Last 5 episodes.
The way that they set up the ending is perfect going into
The movie.
the Karate Kid Legacies.
The pacing of the writing is so much better because anything that we were so used to being like, oh, this character knows this about this, and they're
nobody's
going to keep it.
talking.
Yeah, no one's talking. No, when something happens, immediately it's like, okay, hey, this happened to me.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Everybody's they very much learned their mistakes from previous seasons, but they also realize we need to keep moving.
Yeah.
Like we don't have the length to let this sit for as long as we possibly can. It's really creative on the way that they were able to reset all of the characters in a way without changing any of them, getting everybody back to form.
2 questions for you guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
The jump from part 2 to part 3 wasn't handled well, or did they just go like, well, you know, this?
No,
it's
it was handled very well,
It's been like
especially
2 months, right?
Yeah.
They time skip.
They time skip for like 2 or 3 months. This is not a spoiler either. Basically, Daniel is taking it hard.
Yeah.
About this whole thing, about what happened at the Seikai Kai guy, and you think, oh man, Daniel's feeling this way. It's gonna take like the rest of the season for him to get back to Yeah, no, it was just they wrapped it up within the same episode.
But they did that in part 2, where they kind of like, and I like how they eased into part 2. You watched part 2, right?
Once again, please. Please pick up your arm.
Sorry.
Wait, I don't get. What's the problem?
I'm telling you
with it?
now,
because
if
I
the
shake
audio is
the
going to be
cat.
hard,
Oh.
I'm going to give up on it.
Because the camera sits on the table.
Oh yeah.
So when
he's moving.
so
his
he keeps
arm?
doing
Yeah,
this.
okay.
So you can see it when that headset moves. So the camera does this, and we become blurry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Okay. Anyway, I should start talking like this now.
Yes.
So Cobra Kai.
Let's
talk about it.
I'm gonna get my cuffs and put you. All right,
Let me out.
it's Cobra Kai. But anyway,
No, so what I liked about part 2, and I won't spoil it for Sean, but it's in the previous seasons of Cobra Kai, it does take certain characters like 3-4 episodes to get better. In part 2, what they did is they introduced a problem to certain characters, and within like an episode, it was solved.
Yeah.
So they did that with Johnny. They did that with
Danny as well.
Danny. They did that with Miguel and Robbie.
Yeah.
And Tori. Tori's the only one that doesn't have. No, don't roll your eyes. Tori's great. All right. Don't you talk
That's
bad
his
about my
bae.
girl. Yeah, that's my bae.
Nichols is okay.
All right. Toxic blonde.
But you know what?
She's a brunette.
Well, she was blonde when
She was
Yeah,
blonde
she's-
when you
yeah,
saw it.
exactly.
But
So,
the interesting thing is that it ends everybody's story very smoothly. Nobody really gets left out. They finish up Miyagi's story very beautifully. They finish
nice
off,
little bow.
yeah, like in a nice little bow.
This is where my second question goes in. Are they going to recycle characters into the movie? With
I
this
was
last episode?
telling him
Yeah.
the
We were
way
talking
that
about it on the way
yeah,
here.
we were talking about it on the way here because I figured you hadn't watched it. And
I have a kid. What do you want me to do?
Show her Cobra Kai.
show her Cobra
Show her
Kai.
Cobra Kai
You
at
have-
like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you literally have feeding time where you have to do nothing but watch her drink milk.
That's true.
That sounds like a you problem at that point. You're not utilizing this time properly. Yeah. So
Yeah,
the
don't
way,
savor every moment with your daughter. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh no!
You
It's
should not.
the reason I
Dude.
can't watch Cobra Kai yet is because I have to watch it with Andy.
oh well.
We watched every episode together.
Okay, so
So that's on. You got to tell her.
the way that they are
Andy.
able to maneuver characters around, they really do focus on, okay, how do we put everybody in the best possible way, but also what do each forms of karate mean, and how can we best show that in the characters. And they did it so well where I was like, damn, that's really good. Like it leads to something where you're like, you don't get to see that, but you know what, for the story and for the characters, it makes a lot of sense. Cool. Okay.
They also wrap up the villains very well as
Yes.
well too. Yeah.
Yeah, Silver I heard gets a really good and.
Did you hear what Silver and Kreese happened to them?
No, so that's the secret. But I also did you hear?
I haven't.
Okay, so the other thing that I saw is that they did a side-by-side comparison because apparently Johnny is in the Cobra Kai gi in the season,
Yes.
and they did a side-by-side of his fight with Danny in the original Karate Kid, and then his stance in Cobra Kai, and it's like a frame for like shot by shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's kind of dope.
So
It's like he never forgot.
It's hard to tell you what happens.
Because the way that the writers do it is so creative. I want you to see that
You want me to
and
be like,
experience being like, oh, okay, here we go.
I think
like that. It's seriously like that in the last episode.
I think the only thing that is not, because you already know he's in the Cobra Kai gi.
Yeah.
What they do.
I just want to know how he gets the Cobra Kai.
Okay.
Kreese, because of the death, says that they're not going to compete.
Okay, so let's just leave it at that. Leave it there. Don't say anything. Don't say anymore.
He does that.
Okay, we'll leave it there because you say more, it's a spoiler.
No, but it's very
Sean's
interesting.
face.
I'm trying not to. That's all it is.
Because Cobra Kai is so good.
Yes.
It's so
It
good.
is.
I got YouTube, man.
I was watching
That's why I got YouTube.
That
Premium
was why I
back
got
in the
YouTube
day.
Yeah, same.
Premium.
YouTube Red.
heard that.
Yeah, that's why
YouTube
I
Red.
didn't get into
Red.
Cobra Kai until it came on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll give it a watch.
I watched first episode when it aired, man.
Same.
I remember, man.
The thing about Cobra Kai season 1
I'm day one, baby.
the thing about Cobra Kai season 1 is that it doesn't look like it's a YouTube Red show.
No, it was shot very well.
Very well.
Like they knew what they were doing.
And that is a shoestring budget.
The thing that
That
I
was
That's
don't
funny.
very
It's
much-
funny the transition between Netflix and then YouTube. There's really no difference between
No.
when you watch it in season 3.
It's definitely a bigger budget. But
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny that they were like, yeah, we had a bigger budget, but all we did was we put it into fight choreography.
Yeah.
Yes,
So that way the fights got bigger. That's all it was.
The sad thing is that when I eventually will show Karate Kid to MJ and Cobra Kai, to have to relive all of that is going to be rough. Because like going into Cobra Kai and be like, yeah, this is the movie that my dad showed me when I was a kid because he grew up with this movie. It's like, oh, and we grew up with Cobra Kai, starting with like Johnny and Danny being like separated and enemies, and then this entire trip of 6 seasons for them to be like brothers is going to be so, I don't know if I can relive it again.
They set it up very beautifully for Legends, where by the end of it, because right now they're one dojo.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I was like, Johnny's got to show up in Legends.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about
know.
it
Yeah.
like he has to.
He has to have like some sort of just like appearance.
And because we were talking about it too, and I go, it's perfect because all you need to do is go like, oh well, he needs to learn more offense. I have a sensei for offense, and then it just cuts to Johnny getting off the plane and everything else, and he's just like, I've been really taking, Miyagi's like teachings well. I've been learning Japanese for this trip.
Yeah.
And then he goes like, they don't speak Japanese here. Johnny, they speak Mandarin. I don't want oranges. Why
I don't want oranges. And we came up with that joke as we're on our way. We're like, if it's not that at all,
But it only makes sense that
because that's just too funny.
No, yeah, of course.
That's hilarious. And he's like, oh yeah, but it's also like him getting really into like the culture and everything else. And you're just like, oh yeah, like I've been learning Japanese, like and everything else. And it's like they don't speak Japanese here.
But see,
why don't they speak Japanese here?
it's inevitable to not have
Johnny
William
show up.
Zubak in Legends.
Yes.
Especially since he was a hardcore producer. And they also credited him, I didn't know, he directed a couple episodes.
Yes.
So I'm like, how do you not put William Zubak in
William Zabka.
into Legends, but have Ralph Macchio in Legends? You kind of have to put both.
That's the thing. I really
It's an evolution of the character throughout the years.
not only that, but also there's a great conversation with Danny and with Johnny where like they even have this conversation of like, do you trust me? And Danny even goes, yeah, absolutely, 100%. I trust.
Are we
you.
talking about the actors or the characters?
No, the characters.
Okay.
Where they're like, do you trust me? He goes, yeah, absolutely. And then it leads to the rest of the series where it's like, okay, I am trusting you. And even Johnny going like, if you don't want to do the Sekai Tekai, I'm okay with it. Like, that's fine. But I think we should really take everything into consideration on going back. And it's great conversation. And it doesn't lead to like
Another
them
fist fight.
another fist fight, or
No,
them.
they're done
But
with
them
that.
not listening to each other. It's very much you're a sensei and you love these kids. I'm a sensei and we love these kids. What's the best thing for them? Not for us, for them.
I was seeing a fan art of Cobra Kai, and it was all the characters, all the kids from Cobra Kai as Power Rangers. And I kind of thought about it, and I'm just like, Cobra Kai is basically Power Rangers if it was done on a higher budget. The fight sequences.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can kind of see
Because
that.
I mean, it's not really
The Power
karate.
Rangers. It's just the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, basically.
What is it?
Yeah.
Miguel
or Turbo.
Oh, the Turbo movie.
Turbo,
yeah, I
What is
love
it,
that movie.
Miguel, Hawk, and Eli do a podcast now.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do?
Cool.
Yeah, they do a podcast, and
Yeah.
Eli does all the technical stuff.
It's,
While
of course
Hawk
he would.
and Miguel are just talking.
yeah, it's super funny too because
I've seen clips. I was laughing.
he sent me a clip because
Yeah.
apparently Zolo has been
I'll
getting
link to it in the description for the episode.
because Zolo is apparently getting a lot of offers to do animation. Like he's doing a lot of like dubbing for like anime and and he's also doing the Blue Beetle.
He is the Blue Beetle, yeah.
He's gonna be doing the voice for the animation. as
Well,
The-
James Gunn did say.
he's our Blue
Zolo,
Beetle.
yeah.
Zolo is our Blue Beetle.
God.
And so
Same.
no,
he's all thank God.
oh yeah, he's a perfect Blue Beetle.
Oh, yes.
He's good. The guy who plays Hawk, he really wants to get into dubbing as well. And he was like, well, if you were to get into dubbing, like how would you do it? And like he was giving him advice.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's really
cool.
interesting.
Yeah, Hawk is a huge anime guy. The
Yeah.
way he was talking, I was
He looks like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a hardcore weeb. It's great.
I want to play Magic with them. I want to get the chance to play Magic together.
Yeah, they're hard. They're all nerds. They're all like
nerds,
very
yeah.
much nerds. But yeah, so I definitely recommend the final season of Cobra. If you weren't gonna watch Cobra Kai, I don't know.
If you haven't watched Cobra Kai, but you've seen the Karate Kid movies, like you're
you'll
missing
watch.
out.
Yeah, you really are. It's a full. It's very much a continuation in full circle for all the characters.
It's a good conclusion to this whole series. It felt very satisfying. And
Did you cry?
I cried in the second to the last episode.
There's some great scenes.
Yeah,
there
there's
is some great scenes.
There's some weepy moments.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's all good. It's all basically just like we're just squashing
everything's coming out.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're finishing up, and we gotta let's get everything out on the plate.
And I even liked the little call out of when they were talking about how Daniel is taking all this situation at the beginning of the first episode, and the call out to his wife. Be like, well, you must be happy with all this, right?
Oh yeah, because
like-
Daniel he's going totally against
Karate.
he doesn't have
In the beginning of this
he's not giving out bonsai trees anymore. He's going against karate. He's very much like we're not doing that anymore. And
That's
then,
why it makes you think like, oh, is this gonna drag out all season?
and then his cousin goes to his wife and goes like, well, you must be happy, and she's like, yeah, but that's not Daniel. Like I married Daniel, and karate's a huge part of his life, and that's what I mean by like everything kind of wraps up really nicely in that first episode back of her having a conversation with him, going like, I understand you're upset, but you can't just cut this out of your life. You are that is you. That is a huge part of your life, and you can't just cut that out.
Okay.
It's good.
So it's good. Yeah.
All right.
It's really good.
Overall good. You're gonna cry definitely multiple times.
Am I gonna cry like when Luke Skywalker showed up in The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twice as hard.
No.
There's especially
Yeah.
that one scene with Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yes.
he was there because we did a voice or
a voice. We did a commentary track.
commentary on Mandalorian, and we had to pause the show afterwards because I was like,
He was crying when he saw Luke Skywalker.
cried?
dude,
I
that was a
yelling-
moment, dude.
I was yelling so loud when I saw that.
Yeah.
It was such a good reveal, like at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
World.
New
Brave
World.
New World.
Brave
That
New
New World.
World.
It's a new
hit
world.
theaters this
Yeah.
weekend.
New World Order.
This
Well,
is a new chapter in America.
let's
Brave
get-
New World.
Brave New Fantastic.
let's get this out of the way. So, Brave New World had a budget of about 120 million. A budget of 120 million. Internationally, globally, everywhere. 189 box office over the last weekend with about 88 million.
189 it made?
189
Oh,
globally
wow.
within the first weekend. So
Okay.
it already made its
It's
budget
made its
and
budget.
some.
Okay.
And
It's
then
it's already it's only in Captain America movies. It's second only to Winter Soldier.
Brave New World actually cost $380 million. If you want an inside peek of how Hollywood spend
but 300
I-
million with everything else, like the
That-
Marketing,
marketing and everything, yeah.
else. Yeah.
But the budget for the movie was, I think, 120 and then 88 million domestically.
I put in Brave New World full budget. That's probably
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, regardless of it, it's a successful movie in Marvel's eyes for now.
Yes,
Internationally,
it is not Eternals.
no.
Eternals did way worse.
Yes. But it is amongst the lowest rated Marvel movies to have been released post Endgame.
But the interesting thing is that there's a huge gap between people who are reviewing it as reviewers and then the general audience.
But that's where, and again, this is why like Rotten Tomatoes is kind of like a weird thing, and it just kind of proves the point that if you are invested in something to just go watch it at this point.
Yeah.
Because Captain America was not a bad movie, but it also wasn't great.
The first Avenger? Or
No, the Brave New World.
Brave New
Oh,
World.
baby, no.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. And here's my take on it. Cast was great. Anthony Mackie was great. Harrison Ford was great.
Definitely
The actor that plays Joaquin, great.
It was not the performances.
No, performances were good.
It's the
Story.
Anthony Mackie put in work into that choreography as well,
Yes.
too.
The story, it was more than basic. It was pretty good. There was potential.
It was your basic vibe of a Captain America storyline.
Yes. It could.
Yeah.
You could tell there was fear of going too political and too close to reality, and it kept wanting to back out, so it like edged itself a little too much.
And I feel like that hurt it a lot because the idea in Winter Soldier is they went wholeheartedly.
Yes.
In like this like covert operation, and there's like a shadow government, and they went like they dived full in.
They went full Nazi.
Yeah, they went full. They went full Hitler.
Yeah.
And so you were able to kind of go like, oh, okay, cool, I'm fully invested. This one only took a couple of halves. It took a lot of half steps into the situation, like the Manchurian Candidate ideas and all these other things, where you were like, oh, that's an interesting plot line, but it's not fully developed.
So the thing that I noticed, and again, it goes back to the idea of most people saying like, why does America never play the bad guy? This movie doesn't help the case because America technically is somewhat like the bad guy in this situation because they're the ones trying to propose the treaty. Long story short, the basic background of Brave New World is that the Celestial who came up is full of adamantium. Whoa, my God, we get adamantium now.
You would classify that as, because Harrison Ford's character is trying to prevent a trade war.
Yes, Thaddeus Ross was trying to prevent a trade war and get all the countries who want pieces to agree that the adamantium would be a shared resource amongst all of them. He was trying to create diplomacy there, right?
Yes.
But the problem is that the president, Thaddeus Ross, got to power in a wrong way.
Yes.
And so you can tell that the enemy was the president because we could have avoided all of this. Spoiler alert. If he just admitted that the reason he got into power was because he abused someone else to get there.
So I wouldn't put that as the United States as being the villain. It's the actions of
A person.
The actions of Thaddeus
leader.
Ross.
Yeah.
Of Thaddeus Ross. And what he deemed necessary to do the greater good.
From the individual perspective, yes. But from a global perspective, it's the U.S. versus, in this case, Japan.
It's very much Japan. Yeah.
Who wanted to basically call out the U.S. for faking, a grab and snatch of,
it was really funny.
Resource.
It was really funny too because I was watching a reviewer and they were like, "It's really funny that it's not China." because technically Celestial Island is in the South China Sea.
Yeah.
So the country that would be kind of fighting for this would be China.
No, but it's Japan.
But it's Japan who
and the
is
Chinese are loving it right now.
Yeah, and the Chinese are like, yes, the Japanese are bad. And it's just like, no. Like,
we're not the bad Asians anymore.
Yeah, like
You remember that
you think they're just anime girls and Gundams, but in reality they're the bad guys. It's like, no, dude, like
they have a whole government, guys.
bureaucratic government.
But and I would have to say the performances are great. I do. Sean was mentioning it earlier that there is an over usage of CGI in this movie.
Okay, so before we get into the CGI, I have one other compliment to give. I love the fight.
Yeah, suck it, stick a little harder.
Yeah.
The fight sequences were great.
Do
Do you remember the fight sequences of Winter Soldier? No, hey, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Why'd you call me Rene?
Oh, Sean.
Wow.
Sorry. Do you remember the fight sequences of Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Okay, it gave, in my opinion, it gave
gave
Cap an identity. Like,
it did.
that was cool, right? Especially when he fought the Winter Soldier. In this one, Anthony Mackie got his identity as a Captain America, which was pretty cool.
I do like the way that they were able to use Cap's fighting style and add it with Falcon.
With wings.
Yeah, where he has the wings and he's able to
Vibrating wings.
Yeah, where he's able to do the whole thing. My only thing is that I kind of wish that it wasn't always this like animated helmet that keeps going over his
the Wakandian
nanotech
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
Like nanotech has been like this like thing that's been over
Stop with the
abused.
nanotech stuff.
It's been hardcore overly.
Rene
abused.
was the one that said it. Is that it's kind of like easier to. It's an easier concept in these films. Like, what was your argument?
I mean, I don't like it, but Kevin Feige basically is just every person is gonna get like a easy way to get rid of their helmet or
because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because but that's the thing is like some people love and miss the whole like taking off your mask and stuff like that.
Wolverine and Deadpool. How hard were you cheering when Wolverine pulled it on and not some nanotech BS?
Well, that's the thing. But a lot of people pointed it out ever since like the failure of Ant-Man, that like how every character they do this and they just
one of the greatest scenes with a
Civil
helmet.
War. Black Panther
when he puts
was
it
not nanotech. That suit was stone cold cool. Then when we got the Black Panther movie, it
also
led like, oh, let me put on my helmet.
But it also leads to a really cool scene in Civil War when he's talking to Zemo and like he takes off his helmet and he puts it in the snow and like you see the Black Panther helmet like standing there and like they have this conversation and it has a deeper meaning.
Also, Homecoming
as well,
and Far From Home,
where
when he wears the black suit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but that's where you kind of have this overabundance of like, let's just CGI it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it really does hurt the movie. Not necessarily in like in a major way, but I would
No, it was a major way.
I would appreciate seeing more of a real suit. I want to see more. Hey, we did this in practical.
Forget the suit for a second. How about we just start showing real backgrounds?
Having them on green screen or in the volume, you can kind of tell.
We were talking about this because in the last sequence, basically it's Red Hulk versus versus Captain America, and they're fighting in the cherry blossom fields that they have in Washington D.C.
Yes.
The end result is basically the sunset in the background, and Thaddeus Ross's Red Hulk kind of coming out, and the best way I can describe how the background looks like, it's as if it was the quantum realm but in real life. That's what it looks like. Super blurred.
You can tell that it's a still image.
Yes.
Like hardcore, like they keep cutting to it back and forth to this like overly CGI like Hulk.
Yeah.
And then you have like this still image that's right behind Sam, and he's like trying to give this. Not trying. He does give a very emotional speech of like about Betty and everything else, and it works for the scene, but you can tell. Oh, this was done in a reshoot. Like this was done in an afternoon.
Yeah, basically.
This was done like, okay, we need to fix this ending because people don't like the ending that we had, which from what people are saying is Captain America murdering the president, which is
unpatriotic.
Yeah, like that's a hard thing of like Captain America getting into a fight with the president and then he gets murdered and then Ross gets murdered. Yeah. But also it leads to this thing, and I can also understand it too, because you were mentioning it when we were leaving the theater, them killing off Red Hulk before getting to have a movie with the Hulk. And
they also wanted Harrison Ford back.
They want Harrison Ford back for as long as we can have him. Are you coming in? Or
I was waiting for Bryan.
You just
I could just do that in post, but never mind.
No, you're in the shot now. Way to
the
ruin
shot.
it.
That's the camera angle you're gonna use now.
No, the thing that I didn't the thing that kind of ruined it for me was the CGI. Like that was hardcore, something that I kept noticing. Did you guys also notice that Red Hulk was unproportional in a lot of the scenes? Where, especially when he jumps from his little area where he's talking, where he does a speech and turns into the Red Hulk, and jumps through the White House.
Yes.
That entire building is like 3/4 of his size, but in certain shots he's smaller than the building.
I feel that because I was telling you before we recorded. I feel like that would have been a better scene. If instead of us relying on there needs to be a fight between Sam Wilson and the Red Hulk, if Harrison Ford is now a monster and he's unintentionally destroying things, which then leads to we don't know what this is, we have to kill it. And then that leading to this whole thing, and then him destroying stuff and going everything else, and then that kind of leads to a semi-fight between Sam, but it's him trying to calm Harrison Ford down.
It sucks because you kind of get this idea that the Red Hulk should have been the big reveal at the end of the movie rather than used it as the marketing material.
Yeah.
But it also kind of undermines the Red Hulk's appearance because now you're kind of left with this thought that the leader was the main villain when he wasn't really. He just was the spark that started a lot of the things.
Yeah.
I think that they were like this was really good in Civil War when like Zemo put everybody against each other and he was like, I'm the puppet master and everything else. But
Zemo was actually good.
But I feel like the leader is just it's undercooked. Like he as a villain, he's very much undercooked. And I feel like you could have made him a lot more threatening if everywhere they went they kept getting these Manchurian candidate people.
Yeah.
Like every single time they kept going into places or anything like that, they kept running into like the song just keeps on like following them.
If it was if it was bigger rather than just targeted to one person or a couple people.
Yeah.
But my question is
also, I would have loved in the final battle, it wasn't Red Hulk versus Captain America. If it was Bradley versus Captain America,
Bradley?
If you would have had his buddy who was in jail,
Isaiah Bradley,
the Vietnam Captain America versus the new Captain America. Like I thought that would have been kind of interesting because then it's a reluctant fight. He's destroying things along with the Red Hulk, and we have to.
That would have been too close to some racist stuff, though. They kind of showed it at the beginning when he ended up shooting the president or Thaddeus Ross, and then he's running away, and the cops kind of like harassed him a little bit by like shoving him to the ground and being a little too aggressive with his arrest. They kind of showed it. I feel like if they would have had him be the villain and be the one to destroy everything, how do you redeem him afterwards? He kind of already had that pressure on him of being in jail again for life in solitary confinement.
That's why you do the whole brainwashing thing.
Yeah, he's brainwashed.
It wasn't him.
It's not him.
You have it just be full brainwash, like
full on Manchurian.
and that makes sense.
Because you did the same thing with Bucky. Bucky murdered the Starks, and he's now senator.
Yeah.
Like
Congressman,
he's a congressman.
Which, by the way, that cameo was pretty cool. And I like at the
Everyone
end
in
of
the theater loved it.
Yeah. And I love the end part of it where he's just like, so do you have one of your writers write that?
I did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Too long?
No, it was good. It had just the right amount of emotion.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, all right. Solid B plus.
I like the. I do like the connection between Bucky and Sam.
It makes Falcon and the Winter Soldier
a little
more relevant.
But the other thing is that with that, the movie does feel a lot like another season of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
It does.
Yeah.
And that is kind of a shame because it's chopped to hell.
Yeah.
And a lot of like the ideas aren't baked as much as they could have, where you're like, would this have been better as like a Disney Plus show?
It felt like an over budgeted Disney Plus show.
But because I feel like you could have done more with the leader. There's a lot of stuff that's been cut where it kind of looks like maybe Stein was a little more theatrical. They changed his design a couple of times. They changed the ending. They changed who was gonna die in the movie. Like there was just so much stuff that just got chopped to hell in this movie.
They didn't have faith in this movie.
They didn't.
That's my problem.
And I feel like that was racism.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh, I don't know if the black Captain America is gonna do well.
Yeah. Well, they kind of treat Anthony Mackie in a way too, because there was a question or something that he answered in a way, or no, he tweeted that something that Disney didn't like, and he had to put out an apology where someone looked back and Chris Evans posted something about politics as well too. No one told him to say apology after the next day. So Anthony Mackie is already kind of getting like watched over. Yeah, he's getting really like a close eye on him.
Well, because he's going to be the next face.
Yeah, but it's also it's a different climate. It is a different climate than when Chris Evans may have made those posts.
But to his point, to your point, Rene, it doesn't make sense because Captain America is supposed to fight against tyranny and just not
Nazis.
Yes.
Like it's not. I like, and you know what's interesting about
for
this?
America.
No, there's a line in the movie that's kind of like really well done. It's really well said, and Anthony Mackie does. I know you're looking at my album. That's why I'm raising it. Anthony Mackie does deliver it really well, which is when he questions Thaddeus Ross and basically says like, "You're gonna have me." The whole thing is like, "I'm not gonna work for you because who's checking your power?" You know. And
what happens when we disagree?
Exactly. And it's such a good conversation because, like, you're right. Captain America is not just a representation of American, like
Values.
protection and everything. He's supposed to be questioning and essentially kind of like going against certain things that we could be possibly doing wrong.
I do like it that what Steve kind of made it is he's the consciousness of the American people.
Yes.
He is very much the moral compass of, yes, should we do, like, could we do this? Yes, but should we? Is this morally right? There is no gray in Captain America. It's black and white. It's, this is wrong, this is right.
Yes, basically. And I mean, if you're looking at it and saying like, well, Captain America has always been about American politics and stuff like that in the American way. Well, if we remember in Civil War, he went against American politics, basically with the Sokovian Accords. It was Iron Man that wanted to basically push for it.
Yeah. And
I mean, Cap was wrong, but still.
But they've already kind of acknowledged the idea of we're building an Avengers. We're building because Thaddeus Ross is very much saying, I want to rebuild the Avengers.
But are we getting another Avengers or are we getting the Young Avengers?
People are saying Dark Avengers, maybe, with the new poster released for the Thunderbolts, because it's in the form of an asterisk.
That was already disproven. They're saying that the asterisks, they're saying that the asterisks.
The Avengers are unavailable.
That was it. So it's not.
Yeah, because
Can you put the source in the doc later so I can read that?
Yeah. Because
or you can Google it.
Actually,
no,
I can't because I'm looking at the budget
No.
and everyone is saying that's
Different
not
things?
okay, this is from IMDb too. Okay, and at this point now, I feel like there's some validity what people are saying. Captain America: Brave New World's budget has skyrocketed to $350 to $375 million due to ongoing reshoots. This is the third site. Because after I was like looking for the budget, once I hit IMDb, everywhere else, thecomicbook.com.
I can kind of see that with
World of Reels too.
I can see that because they did
the budget, and it's not $180 million.
Well, they did
what they said.
Yeah, they did add 3 weeks of shooting.
They did, but you also got to remember that the global advertisement, the global marketing for this movie went crazy.
No, this is from what they're saying on top of just the reshoots. They're not saying.
But is the budget also including marketing?
I'm assuming it is.
So then you have to think about the global marketing because they released
So
posters
are we moving the goalposts, or are we still saying it's
No, I
180?
think that this movie is successful. It's going to be successful because casual audiences are enjoying the movie.
Yes.
It's the hardcore Marvel fans that are very snobby about the entire thing that are very much not kicking this down a peg.
So we were walking out of the theater and we went to the bathroom, and then Nick, we were waiting in line, and you're just like, dude, like, people don't like this movie. I guess, like, I'm like,
are we easy to please?
Yeah. And then I'm like, because we walked out like it wasn't bad. It was actually pretty good. It wasn't terrible.
I was entertained.
It could have been worse.
What was the reaction to the people walking out of the theater?
It was worth the drive getting there, right?
Yeah, it was worth the drive because I didn't realize that you put us at Santa Anita.
I said it like 4 times, dude. I was like, it's in Santa Anita.
Because he's driving. He goes like, okay. I'm like, hope we make it. He goes, well, this is at Point Hills. And I'm like, no, it's in Santa Anita. Oh! He's like, why is that Santa Anita? I'm like, Bryan got it.
The whole drive, I'm like, oh, why are we going to stupid Santa Anita?
Yeah.
I hate this theater.
Yeah, because that was the only theater that had seats.
I told him.
And that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he said it's the only theater that had seats. And
At
I'm
this
like,
time,
for
IMAX
too.
Yeah, and I was like, this is stupid. I hate this theater.
That
Then
happened with
wake up early
Beetlejuice
and get
too,
the
right?
tickets. Then get the tickets yourself next
I
time.
will. Next time I'm going to get the tickets myself. But
That's what we told you last time.
I know, and I was busy. Anyway, when we came out of the theater, people were saying I didn't think that Marvel could but people were coming out of the theater were very much going like, I didn't think that this movie could get worse.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They were ripping into it.
Like like some of them were like, oh, this movie is worse than Eternals. Like,
No, it wasn't.
but that's what I mean though, is that like people were really ripping into this movie.
Yeah.
And like me and because when we walked out,
Good
we were
God.
talking to each other, and I was like, I was entertained. Like I had a good time. It's a lot of fluff, and a lot of ideas aren't like fully baked over, but
It was an hour and a half. The
had a
movie
good
was an
time.
hour and a half.
And it, you know
that
what?
was
But
fine.
I think if it would have been 2 hours, then I would have been like,
You would have been concerned.
Yeah.
you need to
Yeah.
wrap this up.
See, here's the thing.
Even because when we were watching it too, I think I told you, because when we got to Celestial Island, when we had gotten to Celestial Island, I was like, man, we're already at Celestial Island. Like, that was quick.
Yeah, that was
That was really quick.
And it sped through. I mean, people. The way I feel like people's expectation is this movie is like they want fine dine Italian cuisine, and they chose to go to Olive Garden, and they're disappointed. It's like, no, you're going there because you know what you're expecting.
Yeah.
That's what Marvel became. Marvel was not always like that, though.
No, it wasn't.
And to
And
say that's okay.
But it's okay. We can possibly get there. We have the Thunderbolts. We have Fantastic
no,
Force.
but
Okay, the thing is that my counter argument is that everyone knew by the time Endgame was going to come out, we don't know what their plan was, and we knew this transition was going to be awkward.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's the thing.
But it's been years at this point.
That's
I
the
know,
thing.
but
and
the-
it's been, and it's what, this is like the 8th, 7th movie that's came out after Endgame?
Yes.
I mean, there's no connection. There's no
but-
build up.
And I feel like that's where everybody is kind of, because the half baked after credit scene of the leader just saying there's a bigger universe out there and everything like that.
Just don't know it yet.
You just don't know it yet, and you're kind of going like, yeah, dude, no, duh. Like
Yeah.
we've all seen Loki, we've all seen everything
No,
else.
that's not what I got from that end credit scene. So this is what I hate this so much because for the last like 4 or 5 movies and Marvel shows, all I've been saying at the end of like a big reveal is just say the word mutants. Just say mutants. And I was kind of getting that with what he was saying. It's like there are bigger threats out there that you might not be aware of.
What-
It's like mutants.
what we were talking about is what would have been such a cool after credit scene, and it would have been like, dude, that's sick. You don't need to cast any mutants, anything like that. You literally have the new president who's sitting inside in the Oval Office, and the door opens, and it literally goes, General Stryker, it's a pleasure to meet with you. And then you just see somebody walking in with 4 stars, and then it closes. And then you would have been like, oh, dude, Weapon X. Okay, so Weapon X program is starting.
Yeah.
General Stryker, we have Adamantium
smart.
now. That's a great after credit
But
scene.
see, that's the problem I'm having with Marvel. It's not. It's Kevin Feige. The core of it is always going to be Kevin Feige.
It is.
But my problem with Marvel right now is that they've acquired the mutants. They've had the mutants for the past 4 years?
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, so they have it. They could use it. They
Yeah.
could tease it. But every tease that we've gotten about the mutants has been in an alternate timeline or in another dimension. So that doesn't count.
And that's
so
what-
then what's so goddamn complicated to just say Weapon X?
I know, but that's what I'm saying, though, is that if the ending would have been
Weapon X.
Weapon X, if General Stryker,
Creamed.
welcome.
Completely
I think everybody in that theater would have been like, oh! Everybody
Just a
would have
sea
walked
of
out.
white.
Yeah, everybody
everywhere.
would have walked out going, "This is an amazing movie! Oh my god!"
Or
it's
just have
so
him,
great.
or just have him being like, just like, oh, I'm pointing you to take care of the adamantium. He's like, okay, cool. 'Cause I got the perfect
did
test
add-
subject
exactly.
for that. Yeah.
Adamantium.
Codename
Yeah,
Wolverine.
and that's
Or
and-
X-23.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that would have been a cool, especially with the idea of going, cool, we're gonna bring adamantium in this. You have this nugget that's just sitting there, and you're like, okay, cool. So everybody's fighting over adamantium, blah 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 blah. And at the very end, you find out, okay, cool. So they have the Ross Accords, and we have a solid access to adamantium. What are we doing with the adamantium?
Nothing.
And then if you would have then
It's just to bring in
and,
people.
and that's the thing though. If at the very end you would have been like General Stryker, or you have another, you don't even have to call him General Stryker. You can just say, I wanted to talk to you about the X program. I would have been like, bro, yes, awesome. Okay, that's not even General Stryker. That's just somebody talking about the X
But
program.
see, the problem is that you kind of, and I don't know what Feige is trying to plan with this. It's like, what you've teased mutants enough that you're either gonna they exist in the universe or they're gonna get activated in some sort of way. But the longer he holds on to that nugget of mutants, the less exciting it's gonna be when the reveal drops.
Yeah.
Because we're already thinking of ways that you could announce mutants.
Yeah.
To be fair, you can't necessarily say Weapon X without mutants already being known, because they're not creating a mutant; they're creating better.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah,
Proving
I know.
it.
So-
And that's what I mean by all you needed to do is you could have just said, General Stryker, I've been meaning to talk to you about the adamantium.
And that's it.
And literally
Yeah.
end it right there. You see 4-star general right there, and you're like, oh, the new president totally against enhanced.
Because you're 100% right. What are you doing with the adamantium? If adamantium is a better mineral or better element than vibranium because it has better properties,
yes,
better energy retention, better indestructibility, then what are we going to do with it?
I think the only thing that adamantium doesn't do is transfer of kinetic energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Really?
then
It's just indestructible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so then what are we going to do with it?
It's virtually unstoppable.
And
that-
also
Yeah.
bear in mind they basically said that they refined adamantium from Celestial Island.
And that's and you know what? Honestly, even if they would have been like, oh, like at the end, Hulk would have bent Cap's shield or like destroyed it, broke it, whatever.
well, in the poster you see it.
You see him because I thought he was gonna crush it, and then at the very end, it was gonna go like, we made you a new shield.
You
and
know,
this is your shield.
adamantium.
And it was an adamantium
But-
vibranium shield.
but
and
to
I would
be
have been
fair-
like, oh, that's a lot closer to the comics because that's what it is. It's a
They
vibranium
did show a
adamantium.
little bit of him ripping through vibranium
Yeah, and that
because
was
he
why.
ripped the wing.
Well, I'm hoping that they bring the adamantium to Bullseye because he has his spine lined with adamantium when he breaks his back and stuff like that.
Well, they did say in medicine.
Yeah.
They did say they did say that it has uses in medicine. It has uses in in other aspects of life.
But it's like small little like inserts that
Yeah.
don't really count.
Well, I mean, we have Born Again coming out in what, 2 weeks?
You mean First Steps?
Or
Which one are you
no.
talking about? Oh, Daredevil.
We have Daredevil
But
coming
that's
out.
not going to do anything.
We don't know. It's the state of New York. It's where we are in New York, and I'm not sure when it takes place.
I just make it official. If you could just say mutants, I'm okay with that.
You're not wrong.
Did they mention how they mined the vibranium?
No!
Okay,
They don't.
because we
But
were
somehow-
asking that last
No,
week.
legitimately.
but
I was kind of
it does-
hoping they did.
But it does show in the what was it? The container that has it.
Yeah.
It's liquid
It do-
adamantium.
It's liquid, and you can see at the very top it says like 855.
Oh yeah,
Celsius.
they said
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
They said
So it's at
how
high
hot
temperatures.
it needs to be. Yeah.
So
Okay.
they said that it's malleable at high temperatures.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. That's whatever. Like I
They had to
honestly,
say
I don't.
that because of Wolverine.
I also don't need to have an entire like this is how we mine it. Like I feel like that's
No,
really
give me
dumb.
just a 5-minute explanation.
Yeah.
My,
Give me Bruce Banner.
the other thing that I thought was
or
How you
even
can give me the PowerPoint
Miss
presentation.
Minutes.
I
Let's
thought-
do Miss
hot.
Minutes.
Oh, Miss Minutes, yeah.
well, my other thing is because I know some people were really upset because they were like, how do they know what a celestial? So I thought it was funny because certain people were complaining because they were like, how do they know what celestials are?
That's held by the U.S.
Yeah.
Like that's a complaint. It's a complaint.
Blade?
But I was what I was
they
saying.
were referring to it as a celestial.
It's Celestial Island. But
Yeah.
I was saying, I go, yeah, but they've all met Rocket.
Oh yeah.
Like they've met Rocket, they've met the Nova Corps, they've met
they
everybody
probably
else.
send it to Rocket and be like, "What Rocket was this? That's a celestial." Like, how the hell do you have a celestial?
Like
No, but it was also mentioned in Eternals.
I know, but that was
But that's the
to
thing.
the
No
small
one,
group
no
of
one
Eternals.
outside the Eternals said that's a celestial.
yeah.
The only,
Hey, celestial!
Right there.
the only
Big thing.
the only people that would have really known about the Celestials are the Guardians. In retrospect, that is
That
where
was
you
shown
can-
in Guardians 1.
So,
Yeah,
so,
where he was
so
like,
people's
it-
complaint
nowhere.
is that minimal. Like, we're really going to complain about that when we have
Yeah,
bigger
that-
things
that
to complain
was-
about?
that was-
Pettiness.
No,
People,
yeah.
movie viewers are petty now.
No, yeah.
Like, I love how that's people's complaint.
Yeah.
But mine is like, just give me mutants.
Dude, I'm telling
Other
you,
people's complaints is about like, oh, he doesn't represent America anymore. I'm not gonna watch the movie.
For what? What?
Yeah, just
This
drink your Mountain
isn't-
Dew and stuff.
this isn't just-
Yeah, don't throw
people-
Mountain Dew in there.
People were
It's a general drink.
Well, they
Yeah.
love their Mountain Dew.
demographic. Okay.
and-
I love
That
Mountain Dew.
demographic
Dude,
loves it.
Honestly, I do
I
love
love it.
I do love Anthony Mackie's.
Explains a lot.
Yeah.
I really do like Anthony Mackie's like take on how euphoric this
Yeah.
has been.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I've done these for almost 10 years now.
People are coming in to see a movie
About him.
me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
you know,
going
you see how
how much he's.
happy.
It's
yeah.
his
I
time
wonder
to
if Tom
shine.
Holland was at that premiere.
You
Oh,
know
he
what?
was.
He was.
He was.
He
I-
was. Okay.
I think so
I
was
love
what's her name? Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, not Miss Marvel.
Brie
America
Larson?
Chavez.
Oh, American Chops.
You know what? But also, I think they all get invited because they're all in the Marvel family. But I really kind of wish that he would have they would have taken a photo together with him and Anthony Mackie.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, this is Tom Holland's seat, and it's right next to mine."
Right.
Because that's been the running joke of
And just
when I get a
they
movie,
can be like, "This is me. Here's my date."
I just thought of something so good.
that would have been so funny.
So if they want to put Spider-Man in the Avengers or, do something, right?
Yeah.
I would love the quippiness of Spider-Man and the kind of down-to-earthness of Sam Wilson. That chemistry would work so well on
Well, no,
screen.
yeah.
but Sam Wilson's also very sarcastic.
Well, he is, but that's the
They're
thing is
both-
that Sam Wilson is creating the Avengers, so he has a list of people already in his mind. I can 100% guarantee you that Spider-Man's not on that list.
I love it because also I think Torres would get along with Spider-Man.
Yes.
I think Torres is going to get along with him. I do want Sam Wilson to hold a grudge from Civil War.
Yeah.
Or just being like, "Oh, you're still talking." It's
just like
I used to be a former Avenger. Yeah, former.
I still hate you.
Or he's recruiting the Avengers and being like, "Oh, so there's a Torres is looking about. Oh, there's a Spider-Man. No." He's just like,
What about Ant-Man? No.
No. Ant-Man, yes. Ants, yes. Spiders, no.
No, because he also doesn't like Ant-Man.
he doesn't like Ant-Man.
Oh, that's right. You did mention that
because
movie.
He kicked his ass.
Because Ant-Man beat him up.
Yeah.
So it's the only insect.
So
he'll
can I
accept.
see Ant-Man? He's like, "No." Can you introduce me to
Mantis.
Ant-Man?
Huh?
Mantis.
That's the only insect.
That's the only insect he'll be okay with.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, here's the consensus of Brave New World. I feel like if you've made it this far into the MCU, just watch it.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie.
It's fun.
It's entertaining, a good one watch, and I think you're good. The only thing that you really need to pick from it is Animanium and
Red Hulk.
Red Hulk.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it does wrap up Incredible Hulk, not the arcs, but those little loose ends pretty well.
It's an Incredible Hulk sequel.
It's an Incredible Hulk sequel that Sam Wilson is now thrusted to.
Yeah.
Where he's dealing with the leader, dealing with Ross, dealing with Betty, and then Sam Wilson's just, Banner, you owe me.
I want
Banner, I had to clean up your mess. Oh my god.
Oh, but that is a marker on him. He did take on a Hulk and
He
lived.
did.
He did.
Yeah.
There you go.
With the help of vibranium.
All right, let's wrap up this show. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here at issue 235 of Keeping Up With the Nerds. Please check out our website, keepingupwiththenerds.com. Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and xmen.com. Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/keeping up with the nerds, and check out our audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean. I miss you guys. As far as how I'm going to be in terms of the show, I'll try to be here consistently, but with things going on, I might miss a week
Have
or
a
two.
baby.
You have a baby car.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I miss this place. I miss talking. I miss being
I know, but your child will also miss you.
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I was gonna be like, I'm gone for 4 hours. It's like, no, that's like a lifetime for a baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, but
About is what would have been such a cool after credit scene, and it would have been like, dude, that's sick. You don't need to cast any mutants, anything like that. You literally have the new president who's sitting inside in the Oval Office, and the door opens and it literally goes, "General Stryker, it's a pleasure to meet with you." And then you just see somebody walking in with 4 stars, and then it closes. And then you would have been like, "Oh, dude, Weapon X. Okay, so Weapon X program is starting. General Stryker, we have adamantium now. That's a great after credit
But
scene."
see, that's the problem I'm having with Marvel. It's not. It's Kevin Feige. The core of it is always going to be Kevin Feige.
It is.
But my problem with Marvel right now is that they've acquired the mutants. They've had the mutants for the past 4 years?
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, so they have it. They could use it. They could tease it. But every tease that we've gotten about the mutants has been in an alternate timeline or in another dimension. So that doesn't count.
And that's
so
what-
then what's so goddamn complicated to just say Weapon X?
I know, but that's what I'm saying though, is that if the ending would have been
Weapon X.
Weapon X, if General Stryker,
Creamed.
welcome.
Completely
I think everybody in that theater would have been like, "Oh!"
Everybody
would have
sea
walked
of
out.
white.
Yeah,
everywhere.
everybody would have walked out going, "This is an amazing movie. Oh my god!"
Or
it's
just
so
have
great.
or just have him being like, just like, "Oh, I'm pointing you to take care of the adamantium." He's like, "Okay, cool." 'Cause I got the perfect
did
test subject for that.
exactly.
Yeah.
adamantium,
Codename Wolverine.
And that's
or
and-
X-23.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that would have been a cool, especially with the idea of going, cool, we're gonna bring adamantium in this. You have this nugget that's just sitting there, and you're like, okay, cool. So everybody's fighting over adamantium, blah 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 blah. And at the very end, you find out, okay, cool. So they have the Ross Accords, and we have a solid access to adamantium. What are we doing with the adamantium?
Nothing.
And then if you would have then
It's just to bring in people.
and that's the thing though. If at the very end you would have been like General Stryker, or you have another, you don't even have to call him General Stryker. You can just say, I wanted to talk to you about the X program. I would have been like, bro, yes, awesome. Like, okay, that's not even General Stryker. That's just somebody talking about the X program.
But see, the problem is that you kind of, and I don't know what Feige is trying to plan with this. It's like, what you've teased mutants enough that you're either gonna they exist in the universe or they're gonna get activated in some sort of way. But the longer he holds on to that nugget of mutants, the less exciting it's gonna be when the reveal drops.
Yeah.
Because we're already thinking of ways that you could announce mutants.
Yeah.
To be fair, you can't necessarily say Weapon X without mutants already being known. Because they're not creating a mutant, they're creating a better.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah, I know.
So,
and that's what I mean by all you needed to do is you could have just said, General Stryker, I've been meaning to talk to you about the adamantium.
and that's it.
And literally end it right there. You see 4-star General right there, and you're like, oh, the new president totally against enhanced.
Because you're 100% right. What are you doing with the adamantium? If adamantium is a better mineral or better element than vibranium because it has better properties,
Yes.
better energy retention, better indestructibility, then what are we going to do with it?
I think the only thing that adamantium doesn't do is transfer of kinetic energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well,
then
It's just indestructible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so then what are we going to do with it?
It's virtually unstoppable.
And
that-
also bear in mind they basically said that they refined adamantium from Celestial Island.
And that's and you know what? Honestly, even if they would have been like, oh, like at the end, Hulk would have bent Cap's shield or like destroyed it, broke it, whatever.
well, in the poster you see it.
You see him because I thought he was gonna crush it, and then at the very end, it was gonna go like, we made you a new shield.
You
and
know,
this is your shield.
adamantium.
And it was an adamantium
But-
vibranium shield.
but
and
to
I would
be
have been
fair-
like, oh, that's a lot closer to the comics because that's what it is. It's a
They
vibranium
did show a
adamantium.
little bit of him ripping through vibranium
Yeah, and that
because
was
he
why.
ripped the wing.
Well, I'm hoping that they bring the adamantium to Bullseye because he has his spine lined with adamantium when he breaks his back and stuff like that.
Well, they did say in medicine.
Yeah.
They did say they did say that it has uses in medicine. It has uses in in other aspects of life.
But it's like small little like inserts that don't really count.
Well, I mean, we have Born Again coming out in what, 2 weeks?
You mean First Steps?
Or
Which one are you
no.
talking about? Oh, Daredevil.
We have Daredevil
But
coming
that's
out.
not going to do anything.
You don't know. It's the state of New York. It's where we are in New York, and I'm not sure when it takes place.
I just make it official. If you could just say mutants, I'm okay with that.
You're not wrong.
Did they mention how they mine the vibranium?
No!
Or Okay,
They don't.
because we
But
were
somehow-
asking that last
No,
week.
legitimately.
but
I was kind of
it
hoping they did.
But it does show in the what was it? The container that has it.
Yeah.
It's liquid
It do-
adamantium.
It's liquid, and you can see at the very top it says like 855.
Oh yeah, they
Celsius.
said
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
They said
So it's at
how
high
hot
temperatures.
it needs to be. Yeah.
So
Okay.
they said that it's malleable at high temperatures.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. That's whatever. Like I
They
honestly,
say
I don't.
that because of Wolverine.
I also don't need to have an entire like this is how we mine it. Like I feel like that's
No,
really
give me
dumb.
just a 5-minute explanation. Give me Bruce Banner.
The other thing that I thought was
or
How
even
you give me the PowerPoint
Miss
presentation?
Minutes.
I
Let's
thought-
do Miss
hot.
Minutes.
Oh, Miss Minutes, yeah.
well, my other thing is because I know some people were really upset because they were like, how do they know what a celestial? So I thought it was funny because certain people were complaining because they were like, how do they know what celestials are?
Now tell by the U.S.
Yeah.
Like that's a complaint. It's a complaint.
Blade?
But I was
They were
saying
referring to it as a celestial.
it's Celestial Island. But I was saying, I go, yeah, but they've all met Rocket.
Oh, yeah.
Like they've met Rocket, they've met the Nova Corps, they've met
They
everybody
probably
else.
send it to Rocket and be like, "What Rocket was this? That's a Celestial." Like, how the hell do you have a Celestial?
Like
No, but it was also mentioned in Eternals.
I know, but that's the
that's
to
the thing.
the
No
small
one,
group
no
of
one
Eternals.
outside the Eternals said, "That's a Celestial."
Yeah.
The only,
Hey, Celestial!
Right there.
the only,
Big thing.
the only people that would have really known about the Celestials are the Guardians. In retrospect, that is where
That was shown in Guardians 1.
So
where he was like,
people's
nowhere.
complaint is that minimal. Like we're really gonna complain about that when we have bigger things to complain about.
Pettiness.
No,
People,
yeah.
movie viewers are petty now.
No, yeah.
Like I love how that's people's complaint.
Yeah.
But mine is like, just give me mutants.
Dude, I'm telling
Other
you,
people's complaints is about like, oh, he doesn't represent America anymore. I'm not gonna watch the movie.
For what? What?
Yeah, just
Well,
drink your
this
Mountain
isn't-
Dew and stuff.
this isn't just-
Yeah, don't
yeah,
throw
people-
Mountain Dew in there.
People were
It's a general drink.
Well, they love their Mountain Dew.
demographic. Okay.
Yeah,
I love
That
Mountain Dew.
demographic
Dude,
loves it.
honestly, I do
I
love
love it.
I do love Anthony Mackie's.
Explains a lot.
Yeah.
I really do like Anthony Mackie's like take on how euphoric this
Yeah.
has been.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I've done these for almost 10 years now.
People are coming to see a movie about
him.
me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
you know,
going
you see how
how much he's.
happy.
It's
yeah.
his
I wonder
time
if
to
Tom
shine.
Holland was at that premiere.
You know
he
what?
was.
He was.
He was.
He
I-
was. Okay.
I think so was
love
what's her name? Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, not Miss Marvel.
Brie
America
Larson?
Chavez.
Oh, American Chop.
You know what? But also, I think they all get invited because they're all in the Marvel family. But I really kind of wish that they would have taken a photo together with him and Anthony Mackie.
Oh yeah.
And like he was like, "Oh, this is Tom Holland's seat, and it's right next to mine,"
right.
because that's been the running joke of
And
like,
just
"Oh, when I get a
they
movie,
can be like, "This is me. Here's my date."
I
Yes.
just thought of something so
that would have
good.
been so funny."
So if they want to put Spider-Man in the Avengers or, do something, right?
Yeah.
I would love the quippiness of Spider-Man and the kind of like down-to-earthness of like Sam Wilson. That chemistry would work so well on
Well, no,
screen.
yeah.
but Sam Wilson's also very sarcastic.
Well, he is, but that's the
They're
thing is
both-
that Sam Wilson is creating the Avengers, so he has like a list of people already in his mind. I can 100% guarantee you that Spider-Man's not on that list.
I love it because also I think Torres would get along with Spider-Man.
Yes.
I think Torres is going to get along with him. I do want Sam Wilson to hold a grudge from Civil War.
Yeah.
Of
Or
like,
just been like, "Oh, you're still talking." Yeah. Like,
it's just like
I used to be a former Avenger. Yeah, former.
I still hate you.
or like he's recruiting the Avengers and being like, "Oh, so there's like Torres is looking about. Oh, there's a Spider-Man. No." He's just like,
What about Ant-Man? No.
No. Ant-Man, yes.
Yes.
Ants, yes. Spiders, no.
No, because he also doesn't like Ant-Man.
he doesn't like Ant-Man.
Oh, that's right. You did mention that
because
movie.
He kicked his ass.
Because Ant-Man beat him up.
Yeah.
So it's the only insect.
So
he'll
can I
accept.
see Ant-Man? He's like, "No." Can you introduce me to
Mantis.
Ant-Man?
Huh?
Mantis.
That's the only insect.
That's the only insect he'll be okay with.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, here's the consensus of Brave New World. I feel like if you've made it this far into the MCU, just watch it.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie.
It's fun.
It's entertaining, a good one watch, and I think you're good. The only thing that you really need to pick from it is Animanium and
And Red Hulk.
Red Hulk.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it does wrap up Incredible Hulk, like not the arcs, but like those little loose ends, pretty well.
It's an Incredible Hulk sequel.
Yeah.
It's an Incredible Hulk sequel that Sam Wilson is now thrust into.
Yeah.
Where he's like dealing with the leader, dealing with Ross, dealing with Betty,
Mm-hmm.
and then like Sam Wilson's just, Banner, you owe me.
I want
I had to clean up your mess. Oh my god.
Oh,
what a
but that is
director's
a
cut,
marker
man.
on him. He did take on a Hulk and
You
lived.
did?
You did.
Yeah.
There you go.
With the help of vibranium.
All right, let's wrap up this show. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here at issue 235 of Keeping Up With the Nerds. Please check out our website, keepingupwiththenerds.com. Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and xmen.com. Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com /keeping up with the nerds, and check out our audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean. I miss you guys. As far as how I'm going to be in terms of the show, I'll try to be here consistently, but with things going on, I might miss a week
You
or
have
two.
a baby.
You have a baby car.
Yeah, but I miss this place. I miss talking. I miss.
I know, but your child will also miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna be like, I'm gone for 4 hours. It's like, no, that's like a lifetime for a baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, but thank you guys for listening. Thank you to our new subscribers that have continued to watch the show. Thank you for supporting the skits. Just a quick little shout out. Nick, Rene, and Sean have held this down while I've been gone for 2 weeks and will continue to do so. You guys have been killing it with the skits and the editing of the podcast. So thank you guys for that. Please give them credit where it's due on the comments down below. Let them know.
Also, should a blooper skit be every season? I'm just asking.
It was a good one. It was a good compilation of it. Yeah, I love how you put me in a lot of them, and I'm just like, why?
Because funny stuff happens around you.
I guess.
Yeah, your bloopers were pretty funny.
They were. But thank you guys so much. Please continue to subscribe. Please continue to support the channel. Please continue to share. News will be coming up soon about what we'll be doing in the next couple of weeks. So keep your eyes open for that. With that said, are we ready to wrap up the show?
Yeah.
This has been Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 235. My name is Bryan.
Nick.
Rene.
Sean.
Signing up from Undercity Comics. We'll see you all next time. Bye.